Hughes, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave.
It still might.
Oh, is this the other thing?
No. I'm having voice issues.
Oh,
That's
I was
all.
thinking it was something else.
No. It's voice issues.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's good. How are you?
I'm great.
I like your.
Yeah,
I'm just a
it's brand new.
big bag of rocks this last week.
Yeah.
Don't get this thing. Just don't. You can't.
Is that just hot lava you're drinking?
It's just hot. It's just hot water.
Yeah.
Hot water and cough drops, baby. That's
Okay, weirdo. Party of one.
breakfast of champions.
Pneumonia is awful.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not great, and I'm just really at this point hoping. Like my wife yesterday morning said, or when she got home, it was yesterday afternoon. She said, starting to feel a little funky. I went, oh God. Now, as she went to bed last night, she said that she may just have needed a good night's sleep, which I'm really hoping is the case. Because my wife is a terrible, and she'll admit this, she's a terrible sick person, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like the worst. What are you laughing about?
You sound terrible.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I'm doing the best I can. I didn't talk last night. All I'm doing is drinking like tea and honey and trying not to talk towards the end of the show.
Trying not to talk.
Well, I know with this job, but last night, I basically like was, picking up the kids and doing stuff. And it's like, I minimal talking. Cause at the end of the show yesterday, I felt it going and, it was actually hurting to talk. And so I didn't, I tried to take care of everything yesterday, including developing, different habits than I normally do. And, sickness is just stupid, but whatever. Everybody has their own problems. I apologize. For my voice. I don't know what else. I don't know what to do.
Sing like Mariah Carey right now. See if that helps. Try to go up a few notes.
I was cheering so hard watching the game last night. That's the problem. It was amazing.
Silent cheering.
Just awesome. So, but I was thinking about this coming in today. And I was thinking about this a little bit yesterday. They've run this.
I feel like we're doing the NPR
I'm sorry,
Pete Schwetty. Anyway, go ahead.
It is. Honestly, I'm trying not to get distracted because I know it's ridiculous sounding, and
It doesn't sound ridiculous.
I'm really sorry.
We meet with a local Dave in a Pennsylvania diner.
I'm just glad I'm not emceeing any Christmas events right now.
Hey, look at this float.
I
They're
was
coming down with a lot of holiday cheer.
I was asked to MC. I won't say where because I didn't want to do it, but I was asked to MC because I was
The holiday party.
No. Is there? I don't think there. Can you imagine an MC for like a media? I'm talking about the worst job because everyone's judging you at that point, and they're all like, "All right, it doesn't matter how good or bad you were."
Hi, everybody.
Right? No, you're better people than I. Because this is even worse. It's a local charity that I'm active
Dave hates
with.
charity.
No, I love the charities. I'm active with them. I do a lot of stuff with them. But then the whole MC, I never understood it. Like, why do people MC stuff? And let me, that's a pure question. There's no evil behind it. It's not fun at all. Not that there has to be something in it for you.
Yeah.
I understand.
I really think it depends on the event.
Like, what would be an event?
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Because I think there's different kinds of things to MC. Like, for example, what Chris and Alan just did.
Yes.
There was some work to it,
Yes.
but it was pretty much, here's a script. Read the script.
Read the script.
Now,
Very
if it's, hey, all of a sudden they, rip the script and do their own thing. Now there's more work. Maybe it's more fun. Maybe they make it their own, whatever. Every year I do the MC for Sac State's football banquet.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. Thank yous, highlight video, introduce each position coach. You'll highlight Carmichael Dave, a senior linebacker. He's been great. But I'm introducing the coach. I'm not saying all your accolades and all. It's just I'm the go-between. And then thank you. Great year. Hopefully we'll see you in the play. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Done. Simple.
That's pretty easy.
But, if it's, hey, add this or tell everybody why. I'm like, whoa. Because now you feel like I'm literally reading someone's script.
Yeah.
And so I still could be being judged, but it's like, I'm not adding jokes or it's like people want to eat their breakfast, get out of here and
it seems less
honor the
stressful.
seniors and just go.
This one has a teleprompter and repeated, Jimmy was, again, I don't want to give it away, but Jimmy was afflicted with the thing.
Oh, I think I know what's going on.
And then he went to the thing and had the thing happen.
Yeah.
And I know they have other people that can do it too. If nobody can do it or nobody wanted to do it.
Is this involving your dad? Maybe. Maybe not.
No, it's not that.
Okay.
It's not that. My dad's the one, I won't say no. I can't say no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this is
something else.
I'll tell you off air.
Anyway, it's fine.
So here's what I was thinking about last night. The classic Corona commercial, the Feliz Navidad, where it's the one palm tree and the guy
still on all these years later.
There's a whole half a world where Christmas is the 4th of July. And what I mean by that is it's a summer holiday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a whole half of the world that grew up and has lived nothing but summer Christmas. And they go outside and it's 90 at Christmas. And do they, I'm being half joking, but I'm also really wondering for our international audience out there.
Yes.
We have, White Christmas, right? Do they have their own songs that seriously? And when they see all the, how bad does it suck to live there? And yes, I'm attacking cultures now. How bad does it suck to live there when every Christmas movie, every Christmas song, it's snowy and the light and the whole thing. And you're good day. It's
they burn their tongue on the pole.
Right. Yes.
Christmas Story.
Imagine them watching imagine watching Australian Christmas Story.
Yeah.
And it's one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time. And it's on TBS 24 hours. And it's summer.
Yeah.
And that's all they're doing is they're fishing.
Yeah. That's what makes Die Hard a Christmas movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's warm. He's in a tank top.
I feel we don't talk about this enough.
You're right.
And
we don't.
I feel
you would hate that.
Oh my God, I would hate it so bad.
Yeah.
No, but the summers would be great for you.
Actually, yeah, if you lived in that world, so you kind of dread end of NBA season, that summertime where the heat, but it's also slower content.
That's right.
So would that be a better world for you where, okay, the content slowed down, but I'm making soups and stews and, I bundle up inside.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then when football's going and basketball's going, it's it's hot, but it's all right. This is the best time of year.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's a great point because I have both the crappy parts of the year at once, though. No content and it's hot.
What you don't like,
the things I don't like all happen at once. Now, part of it, I guess the argument is it better to get it all, rip the Band-Aid off and just suffer for 3 months? Or do you want...
Would you have too many good things at one time and too many things you don't like at one time?
Which is like last night with 2 Monday Night Football games and a Kings game.
You didn't watch the Monday Night Football game.
I had it
Or
on
did you?
little,
Well, they were on before the Kings.
The thing with YouTube TV now is you put on a little split
That's true.
screen. It's it's well. Plus, I had serious fantasy applications.
Serious? How'd they go?
Serious. 1-1. I lost one by a half a point.
Why is it never 2-0?
It's and sometimes it's 0-2.
Yeah, but it's more 0-2 than it's 2-0, isn't it?
Rigged. Lost by 1.5 points, and Saquon Barkley had 2 touchdowns.
Is this your son and your team,
and
or
a fumble? No, that one's a whole different one. This is just mine. He doesn't fumble, I win. But summertime Christmas is all I'm saying. Like, it's a whole thing. And I need to talk to somebody from, I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be Australia, right? Like, what, Peru?
Good poll.
Chile?
Argentina?
Chad?
No, Chad's right over here.
Oh.
Like South Africa, right? Yeah. Other places down there.
Papua New Guinea,
Mama New Guinea. All of them. They're all dealing
Baby
with
New Guinea.
Baby
New Zealand.
New Zealand is just
Old Zealand.
Tasmania.
Yeah.
Tasmania is like,
Is there a Tasmania?
Yeah.
Is that where the devil is?
Yeah, that's where the devil's from.
I thought it was in Georgia.
It was
that's where he went down.
That's where he went down to. Their whole thing is like, preparing for Christmas, mate, and let's get our surfboards. It's like, wait, what?
You have been there.
I have relatives there.
Yeah.
And then I wonder, here's the weird thing. Like, if they could they petition to move Christmas to like July 25th? Like, I get.
Actually, Jesus was said to have been born in April, not December.
See that? So
Reports.
You could move it.
Sources.
I guess what I'm trying to get at is this.
Yeah, what are you trying to get at?
Are there things about summer Christmas that we're missing that are actually secretly awesome?
I think Christmas is pretty awesome no matter when.
Maybe they treat it like their Memorial Day, where it's just like barbecues and stuff like that.
But you can't wear white after Christmas.
That's a really interesting rabbit hole. Like, would barbecue Christmas be a cool thing? Like, do you do like Christmas fireworks?
Yeah.
You go out and just Christmas around in the front yard with family.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's their thing. They have Christmas barbecues.
Light their trees on fire.
Yeah. Do they even have trees?
Oh, good point.
It's a Christmas bush. These are the things I think about when I'm heavily medicated.
Yeah.
I mean, what's going on with
You know
that?
what? I feel like you think about these when you're not heavily medicated. So you had 2 football games on, the Kings game. You're like, Australian Christmas.
Yes.
Kings are hitting every 3 from behind their head, like not even looking. Wow. Wouldn't it stink to have a summer Christmas birthday in Australia? Do they get 2 presents?
That's what I'm talking
Do they
about.
get celebration? Wait, are they in? They're not in school.
And they're 4th of July in Australia.
Yeah.
It's all cold.
Yeah.
While they're lighting off fireworks.
Do they get 2 weeks off at another time of year?
I'm getting a peek at Australian Christmas trees.
It sucks, right?
I don't know. They look kind of fun.
Do they?
Norfolk Island pine.
Pine.
Just sitting around pounding Fosters, and praising Jesus.
Go get the G-bung.
I mean,
Holiday party. Everyone's wearing shorts and sandals.
Bush Christmas Lily Pilly.
What did you just say?
What movie was that?
My favorite Christmas movie, Bush Christmas Lily Pilly.
Lily Pilly.
That's a real thing. So we'll take a break. I wonder what I think about that.
We'll break that down for a while.
I just the commercial came on like the first quarter of the Packers-Giants game.
Yeah. And then that just sent
just sent me into
you didn't even go down a rabbit. It was just in your head.
It was just it's been in my head. And I don't know why don't we talk about this more? Like, why is this not more? Why are we not getting like CBS Sunday Morning doing a soliloquies on Australian Christmas when it happens,
Do they have a Charlie Brown Christmas and it's like in the summertime?
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Snoopy's not wearing a scarf. He's got sunglasses and
Great Pumpkin. Well, what the hell would that
Speedo
season be? Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. That's still, was it late spring over there?
give out ice cream sandwiches.
I disagree with all of that winter or summer Christmas crap. They need to change it around. I will tell you this. I think a Hoblet truck would work darn well down in Australia. Hauling your Christmas bush.
Lily Pelly.
Throwing another prime rib on the barbie. I'm like, what is their Christmas dinner? Hot dog?
Sandwich,
potato salad, macaroni salad. Right now, you can save up to $16,500 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 crew cabs with no payments for 90 days. They save up to $5,500 off MSRP on new 2023 Dodge Charger SXTs. Challenger GTs, 0% financing for 72 months. No payments for 90 days. You lease a new 2024. Wait, what? Jason, what does that say right there, please?
Lease a new 2024 Dodge Horny RT.
Is that real?
Plug-in hybrid SUV for $199 a month for 27 months.
Okay.
Yeah. It says Horny.
Dodge Horny.
Yeah.
Horney.
That's the H is silent.
Horny. That's an Horny?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a brand new vehicle they just introduced.
No, hard H.
Dodge Horny? Let's go.
Horny.
Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. It's going to be an interesting show. Nobody beats Hoblet.
Beep, beep.
Period. 30-second break. We'll come back. We'll lead it off next.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division type, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox. A breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Let's do it.
Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
This is going to be one of those shows, isn't it? Well, Jason, you're my witness.
Yeah, I read your script.
You read the copy.
Yeah. And then you pulled up the car.
I'd like to introduce the Hoblet deal on the new Dodge Hornet RT plug-in hybrid SUV for $199 a month for 27 months with over $5,500 in savings. Lease the new 2024 Dodge Hornet.
Stinkers up.
From our wonderful, wonderful partners for now, Hoblet Dodge.
Yeah.
Hornet.
That's an interesting typo.
25 different letters you could put in there.
Maybe the salesperson is French. Remind them of the Hoblet Hornet.
Hornet. All right. Here's Keegan Murray.
Duarte swings to Keegan, goes for the hammer from the left baseline. Look at the Kings fans erupt out of their seats. Keegan Murray has got himself a 24-point ball game. And the Kings lead at 131-112.
Hey, pretty good job by Keegan.
Yes, it was.
He had a dunkaroo.
The team was great. The Malik Monk's a tough critic on Keegan. I know we're going to hear that audio later, but he gave him a 3 for his dunk.
Well, I'm good with hearing it more than once. Here's the audio from Keegan. Here's the audio from Keegan when it's unmuted, and here's Keegan.
When Malik said your dunk at the end was a 3, where would you rank that in your rankings?
It's a 3. I mean, it wasn't as good as my other one, but I mean, it's a lot better than a 3. I mean, he smoked a 360 layup, so you can't really talk much.
Whose laugh is that?
I think it's who asked the. If it's who asked the question, I think it's Jake from
State Farm.
From State Farm. I think it's Jake from CBS 13. I think.
Okay,
we might need to keep that.
Keegan. The Keegan strikes back.
Yes.
He wasn't taking any of that lying down from Malik Monk.
No, he wasn't.
He smoked a 360 layup.
Though, like, that was the shot that was talked about most last night. The shot that was missed, they hit a franchise record for made threes. It was Malik's missed layup that, like, was amazing.
Yeah. I mean.
But he missed it.
He missed it.
Yeah. It was awesome.
It was pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Malik doesn't lack confidence.
No.
And I'm 100,000 trillion%. I'm absolutely 100% okay with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. That is a weird. You think that was a real laugh, or you think?
No.
I don't know what the hell is going on today. Good for the Kings. They are 13-8, 131-118. I saw some numbers you put out. We'll get to later, but basically,
I made those up
over the last 2 games here against Brooklyn. The Kings have outscored them by like 1,000.
Yeah, and I have to say, yesterday I think we brought it up on 3 for Madness. What was your memory of the Kings and Nets?
Yes.
And then you had the
comeback.
The comeback by D'Angelo Russell. The Kings are cruising, and then here comes this like 11-0 run. I'm like, oh no.
Well,
is this happening again?
Because didn't they cut it to like 5 or 6?
They got to 4 at one point.
4?
Yeah. But then before long, there they go. The Kings again. The Kings were really good last night.
Yeah, they just
Nets wouldn't go away. But
very runny.
Yes.
Kings are. That was good. Harry Giles in the building.
Yeah, great support. The love he showed back to the fans. That was a really cool moment at the end of the game.
So we'll get to we have much more on that later today. Don't forget also Shawn Salsbury is going to join us a bit later. Want to remind everybody of that. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Nothing the Dodgers did was actually outside, extra legal, problematic in terms of the letter of the law. It's just the spirit of the law. Agents are saying this is the most club-friendly deal of all time, and they may not be wrong. I mean, Otani got an enormous discount to the Dodgers. Like, it's as simple as that. And I think he wanted to be a Dodger for a number of reasons that make sense. They win. The proximity to his home in Southern California, the knowledge they have, the commitment they have. They're arguably the best organization in baseball. And to play with them and try and win championships with them, he gave them a gift with this contract.
Yeah, it emerged yesterday that Shohei Ohtani's 10-year, $700 million deal, $70 million a year. He's going to be deferring $68 million of that every year until the end of the deal. So he will make $20 million over the next 10 years. And then when he's around 41 years old, he'll get $680 million.
Yeah, and they have to fire every player and everyone in the organization in year 10.
I mean, look, I have thoughts on this, and the first thought I want to share is this: as obviously a Giants guy, I don't fault the Dodgers at all for this. Like none of my
or him
or I have no good hat tip to the Dodgers. I wish we had a GM like that. That's amazing. But this is a loophole that needs to get closed really quick. This is not, as many were pointing out yesterday. Hey, Bobby Bonilla. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is not Bobby Bonilla. This is $680 million deferred. And by the way, there's no benefit. I mean, there is a benefit. We can get into that, tax reasons and all that. But the Dodgers aren't paying any interest. It's a $680 million interest-free loan, basically, Otani's giving them. Ohtani gave them a 10-year, $680 million loan in exchange for signing with them. It's really, really weird, and they need to close the loophole because you've got to have some penalties there. You want to talk about circumventing the cap, dude. That's just weird. It's just weird. And it's been nibbled around here and there. But imagine how we'd feel if the Lakers signed Giannis Antetokounmpo to a $400 million deal, but they only paid him $1 million a year for the next 10 years because they want to go sign other people. Every other team would be like, yeah, dude, no, you can't do that. That's just, again, it's not that the Dodgers did anything unfair. Right. It's not that they took advantage of loopholes that were available to them that probably need to be closed at this point, or at least severely limited.
Yeah, and now baseball either has one of two things: a team that will win just an absurd amount of championships, or a team that everybody thinks will win an absurd amount of championships, and they got a villain team. And I think that's good for baseball too. Everybody's going to want to beat them.
I don't want to root against Otani, though. I mean, I have to now.
Yeah, you don't like the Dodgers?
No, I hate the Dodgers.
It doesn't have to be him. It could be the whole premise of the team.
All right, cut number 3. Thank you, Dad. Cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
They're at the 3.5. Second down. Give Henry turning the left side, diving. Touchdown, Titan! Derrick Henry has knotted the count with 1:49 to go.
That was a really, I know you were, I'm sure, wrapped up with the basketball.
Yes.
That was a weird fourth quarter, man. 28-27, Titans win. 17-15, Miami in the fourth. The Titans completely melted down. Turnovers, penalties, the whole thing. And Miami goes up. God, what were they? What was it, like 10 or more or something? Miami went up something. They were up 27-13, Jason.
Got to win that game.
They were 27-13 with 4:34 left at home.
Yeah.
Everybody's pause and think about that for a second. The Miami Dolphins were up 27-13 with 4:34 left in the game at home, and they lost. That's about the biggest fumble of a game we've seen all year long at a time where the Miami Dolphins, who, by the way, were 5-0 at home, could have gone to 10-3, where they really do kind of sound like the Dallas Cowboys of the AFC. But, hey, at least Dallas, you got to give them tip your hat.
Keep winning at home. Now they've beaten a good team. And
exactly right.
Yeah.
Also, the Giants won. The Giants beat the Packers.
Yeah.
And by beating the Packers, 49ers have clinched a playoff spot. And now the long national nightmare is over. We can rest easy.
Yeah.
We made it, kids.
Now we can have Australian Christmas.
Yeah, you darn right. Kings win. We've got audio for you. They win in a record fashion. We'll get to that next.
Can the Niners build off their NFC Championship appearance from last season? How will the quarterbacks perform throughout the year?
Purdy back, now going to throw for the end zone, wide open, Brandon Ayuk is on fire!
Will the defense lead this squad again?
Intercepted, ball got tipped up and taken by Fred Warner.
Get all your 49er coverage throughout the NFL season on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Tuesday starts out quite cool once again. We're looking at some areas of patchy fog and some patchy frost. For the afternoon, mostly sunny skies, light north winds, highs low 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Winter's coming, so let's kick off the cold season right and get your heater all tuned up. Now just $79. No matter how cold it gets outside, you'll always be warm and toasty inside. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com.
This time of year, big box tool stores start to sell a whole bunch of not tools, from dancing Santas to plastic trees. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we'd rather sell you a 4-horsepower chainsaw fitted with a full chisel chain to cut down your own tree. And we have wood chippers come January, because mulch. We're cutting prices on your favorite brands this holiday season. Save on Milwaukee, Steel, and Lincoln Electric in-store or at northerntool.com.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
One resident describes her
high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss. This year, Staples will not be celebrating the holidays. Instead, we're celebrating the holiday deals with amazing savings for the holiday season. Save 50% on custom holiday cards, save 50% on custom invitations, and save 50% on custom photo gifts like mugs and calendars. During Staples holiday deals, it's not about the ho ho ho, it's about saving dough. Save 50% on custom cards, invitations, and photo gifts today at Staples. Ends 12/16. Visit staples.com/print for more details.
I always approach the holidays with a sense of excitement and a time to be with family. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa for Naturewood Home Furnishings. For me, the best times were when there were 3 generations all celebrating together. Today, we're the grandparents, and the holiday spotlight shines on my grandson. And I hope he'll remember holidays the way his papa does. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create your own kind of holiday memories during their holiday home sale. Unique gifts found only at Naturewood, like hall trees, curios, chairside tables, and more, are available at savings of 20% off. During Naturewood's holiday home sale, you'll find savings all around the store for every room in your home. Find your perfect bit of Christmas for your home at Naturewood Home Furnishings Holiday Home Sale, going on right now. The memories you make with your family will live with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Right now, save over $40 on a Werner 6-foot stepladder. Was $115, now just $69.98. And there's more. Get up to 30% off select kitchen cabinet orders. Visit us in-store or online for more deals you can't beat. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid 12/7 to 12/13 on item number 98148. While supplies last. Minimum purchase and exclusions apply. See associate for details.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sactown Sports.
Sir, I was wondering, did you happen to catch the professional football contest on television last night?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it was most exhilarating. The Giants of New York took on the Packers of Green Bay. And in the end, the Giants triumphed by kicking an oblong ball made of pigskin to a big H. It was a most ripping victory.
Son, I'm just going to tell you this one time.
Yes, sir.
You want to keep working here, stay off the drugs.
Coming to America predicted it.
Wow.
That's how the game went.
Only 40-something years later, 30-something years later?
88?
Yeah, 35?
35 years ago. They knew.
They knew.
They knew what was going to happen. Well, good for them. That's, hey, that's fun.
Yeah.
Well, shout out Pete.
Good times.
Well, Pete Schweddy.
Yeah.
Jason Ross, Carmichael Dave, Christopher Laud behind the glass. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. The Sacramento Kings won a basketball game yesterday, Jason Ross, and they broke a record.
Yeah, they did. Smashed it.
Smashed
those fools.
Now, how old was that record?
It was 1 year old. Maybe, no, it was this calendar year that they hit. I think it was in January. And do you know who broke the record? Which member of the Sacramento Kings? Earlier this calendar year, last season, hit the 23rd made three.
Was it Sabonis?
No. Here's a hint. He is no longer on the team.
Was it Terrence Davis?
He is no longer in the league.
Wasn't Terrence Davis?
A different player.
Terrence Davis.
Didn't Terrence Davis just sign with the G League team?
Did he?
I think so.
We were
Yesterday.
just talking about. Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Well, I made some calls. Good for him. We were just talking about it.
He also would really enjoy summer Christmas.
Deli.
Yes.
Deli Vidova.
Yeah, that one.
You know, that's a guy that could talk to us about summer Christmas.
Yes. And the King's old record that he
Lily
broke.
Pelly.
He's experienced both.
Yes.
Well, all three: the record, winter Christmas, and summer Christmas.
Yeah. Which Christmas does he like better?
I would be curious. Give us the
rank your Christmas.
Yeah, give us the positives. If he broke the record on Christmas, by the way, that would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
Record breaker last night. You knew something was going to happen when De'Aaron Fox got the shooter's roll.
Sabonis with a drive and a kick. Fox wide open, left corner for three. Bounces 3 times and settles in. Little shooter's bounce right there brings a smile to the face of De'Aaron Fox. Here's Dinwiddie breaking down the defense. Goes for the reverse. It's no good. Great job by Sabonis to control the rebound. Kings race up the floor. Sabonis into the paint, gives to Keegan, goes to the rack. He's fouled. No, he wasn't fouled, but he scored it. And the Kings have an 11-4 start in this one.
This morning, I woke up to an email from a local magazine. Hey, get your subscription. Now, they're doing a piece on Gary Gerald.
Oh, nice.
And they asked for a quote on Gary Gerald. I want you to grade my quote and let me know, because I still have time to change it. Okay, this is real. This is a real quote I gave him about Gary Gerald. Gary Gerald is simply one of the greatest broadcasters of all time, and that's not debatable. But his most interesting talent, he's actually a better man than a broadcaster. Humble, honest, always has time for anyone. A fantastic sense of humor, and someone that looks you in the eye and uses your name when he talks to you as if there's nowhere he'd rather be than right there. The influence he's had on me and countless others in media cannot be overstated. He's just simply a wonderful human being, despite the fact that he broke my nose in 2006. Okay, I made up one of those lines, by the way, so you can. He's just simply a wonderful human being.
Yes.
It was okay.
Did I miss anything?
No.
Is Gary Gerald like the charter member of the, if you don't like him, then there's something wrong with you?
Correct.
Yeah, I think
so. Did he break your nose in 2006?
I'm going to let you guys figure out which one you imagine, like, that would be the greatest story of all time. Yeah. Right. And it would probably be
little roundhouse kick.
If someone broke someone else's nose at work.
I know. Can you imagine?
And then sticking it in someone else's face.
And then you were standing next to them in a training on HR and respect in the workplace the whole time.
Yeah.
You broke their nose 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then another guy told the other guy to shut up. Stop talking.
Here's Demontis Sabonis.
During a harassment.
Brings it on top and gives to Sabonis. Now he's going to try a three-pointer. And he scores that. 5 quick points on the last 2 possessions from Domantas Sabonis gives him 10. And the lead is back to 9 at 50-41.
We will have, coming up in the 7:45 segment, a Jiffy Lube drive of the game. I'll skip that. There's a hint. And give you Malik Monk in his amazing drives.
Monk starts left, goes right, up and down, move to the rack. Oh, what a drive to the basket. Playing beautifully, Malik Monk. Brought to you by Dialpad, where you talk, message, and meet in one beautiful app. Sign up for free at dialpad.com.
Let's sneak in any reads in here. I take that quote back.
Yeah.
Here's the play everyone was talking about that didn't work.
The bounce pass to the baseline. Lyles up and under, kicks to Vezenkov. He swings it on top of Fox. Extra pass to Monk. He's going strong. A 360 spin, and the fans came out of their seats, but the shot rolled off the iron. Whoa, what a deep bag into the bag of tricks that time. Straightaway 3, nets, good. Dorian Finney-Smith.
Oh. Yeah, well, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Dorian Finney-Smith. Been on a heater all year.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great athletic play.
It was.
I just don't remember, like, no disrespect, but I just don't remember that big of a deal being made in the past over something that
missed.
Yeah.
It was pretty amazing, though.
And usually that's almost always reserved for dunks.
Yes.
Or like would be full court buzzer beaters that go off the rim.
Right.
Like Was it Butler Duke?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Where it went off
Gordon Hayward at that would have won the national championship.
Yeah. Goes off the front rim. And then didn't we years later have a buzzer? Was it Villanova that got the buzzer beater?
Yeah, beat Carolina.
Bang. Bang, bang. De'Aaron Fox found Harrison Barnes.
Trey Lyles, Harrison Barnes, Domantas Sabonis, and Keegan Murray on the floor. Pass cross court. Barnes open right corner for three. Nails it. The 22nd three-pointer made tonight by the Kings. And Barnes now in double figures has 10.
I thought on Harrison Barnes in a second. He ties the franchise record right here.
Swings to Mikal Bridges, working on Keegan Murray. He's at the three-point arc, drives it inside, wraparound pass, deflected and stolen by Sabonis. Gives it up to Fox. Kings push 2-on-2. Fox to the right corner. Here comes Trey Lyles from the corner. Shovels to Sabonis in the paint. Kicks to the near corner. Harrison for three. Oh, you hope from a Sacramento standpoint that could be a dagger, as they've now tied the franchise record for threes made in a game at 23. They lead 121-104.
Harrison Barnes was 3 of 4 from behind the arc. He was 5 of 7 on the night with 14 points, a couple of boards, and he played his usual solid, active defense. I think he was listening to the show. Hey, that's a good Harrison Barnes.
Yeah,
hitting shots. You know, the shots, like there were a couple corner threes. I'm like, ugh. And they dropped.
Yeah, the funny thing. So, what was his final stat line? Did you say?
His final stat line was he was 5 of 7. He was 3 of 4 from behind the arc. Made his free throw, and he had 14 points, a block, an assist, and a second only to De'Aaron Fox, plus 22.
Yeah, what's funny is honestly, I didn't think his game was really that different. He just made a couple of shots.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 shot attempts isn't that much. Plays the 27 minutes, not a ton of rebounds or assists, but make shots. It looks different.
I think it was arguably his best game ever.
But people have been very critical of him, and they get it. I'm not even saying they're wrong. I understand that. Like the last 2 games specifically, Kevin Huerter had 1 point, then 6 last night. He was in foul trouble. But I think the fact that they won. So like if they lost, like Huerter, I mean, do we need to look at Malik Monk in the starting lineup? It's like just
surprised that call isn't louder. By the way,
they got a lot of good players, and it kind of like Fox and Sabonis almost always are there, and then who are the others? Like Lyles and Monk were great last night, and Murray. But tonight it might be Huerter and Barnes, or who, you just don't know.
Good to see Keegan, by the way, back and looking healthy. And who else but Keegan Murray to break the franchise record?
Runs into a double team, forced to give it up. Swings to the corner. Keegan Murray sets a franchise record as he knocks down the 24th three-pointer of the night. Keegan Murray, his 4th triple in 4 attempts, has 22 points. A season-high 36 assists now for Sacramento.
I needed your help last night. I don't tweet that much, but I was tweeting during the game, and they go to the timeout. I knew they had tied the franchise record, so I think I typed something really fast on Twitter. Who will be the one? Because I knew they're going to break it. And I put like a quick poll, gave like 10 minutes of time. Who will break it? And I'm looking on the floor. I'm like, Fox, Barnes. I think I said, I can't remember what I looked. I go, oh, Huerter's not in, but I typed Huerter and then Lyles. And then it was Murray that did it. And I'm like, assuming like, how did you forget Murray? I'm like, I literally saw him, thought I just saw Huerter type fast fingers and just didn't do it right. And you're like, oh, the guy's not on the floor is not going to make the 3. But
maybe
he could.
Maybe he subs in then, and you look really smart.
Yeah, but I didn't. The option I didn't put out there is the one that did.
Who hit the 25th? I can't remember.
It also might have been Murray.
Really? Because that was the 24th.
No, it was Lyles.
It was Lyles.
Yeah.
So
technically Lyles did.
So Trey Lyles
he broke Murray's record.
Broke Keegan Murray's all-time Kings record
of made 3.
Made 3.
Yeah, making the 3
team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for him. And Keegan Murray was mad about it. He took that aggression out in a dunk.
Duarte swings to Keegan, goes for the hammer on the left baseline. Look at the Kings fans erupt out of their seats. Keegan Murray has got himself a 24-point ball game. And the Kings lead at 131-112.
Yep. Well,
hi.
Sorry, turn on that mic. The Nets would finish on a 6-0 run, but we don't care. 131-118 was your final. And the Sacramento Kings hopped on an airplane, head down to lame Los Angeles tonight. Trademark that.
Yes.
Yeah, lame Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And we'll take on the Clippers, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. We're going to spend time on last night's game, but as the show progresses, we will preview tonight. And will there be, I believe the Clippers are also on the second night of back-to-back. Will there be a different result than the one really where the Clippers kind of handled the Kings quite handily, if you will? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Houston handled them both times. The Pelicans blew them out twice, and then that second game in New Orleans was, what was it, 5-6 points? So I'm trying to think, have the Kings lost? Was there a Warriors? Well, yeah, it was the Warriors, wasn't it? I'm trying to think, have the Kings lost like a really good back and forth game, or have they all been basically blowouts?
Yeah, they haven't, because I think until maybe last night they were in the negative as far as point differential, and they're being a winning team. So their losses have been bigger than their, they've been having closer wins, I would say.
I guess if you're going to lose, get blown out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Screw it. The Kings now in fifth. They are just a half game, by the way, out of the 3, and they're a game and a half out of the 2, which is held by the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Timberwolves finally lost last night.
Yes, they did. Didn't have Ant, but still.
Didn't have Ant, but still.
And the Thunder, who you said the Kings are a game and a half, they're here Thursday.
They are here Thursday. You got the Clippers tonight. They have won 4 in a row, 7 of 10. They're 12-10. So lots to talk about there. Yeah. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Shohei Ohtani deal. It's weird, it's goofy, and we will talk about it right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Winter is coming. I know you know that, but are you prepared to keep your family warm all season long? At American Energy Heating and Air, their goal is to exceed your expectations of the heating and air industry by valuing the customer experience and making your home comfort system as efficient as possible for the most value. So book your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. Prevent dangerous gas leaks. Extend the life of that furnace and save on your energy bills. And here's the guarantee. This isn't a sales call. They're not getting in the door so they can try to sell you a bunch of stuff. No, they're just going to do what they say they're going to do. Call today to schedule an appointment at 916-520-9990 or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. Get your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. 916-520-9990. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
A couple of weeks ago, I had the honor to enjoy a conversation with PGA Tour player and U.S. Open winner Jim Furyk, who's also the first to shoot 58 in a PGA Tour event. We talked about junior golf, his experiences on tour, and plans for the future. He also revealed his commitment to a new golf shoe manufactured by Box Toe Golf. I took notice because when a person makes his living playing golf, he looks for advantages in preparation, equipment, and certainly his shoes, which are the only contact with the ground. Box Toe is a premium brand specializing in handcrafted leather golf shoes designed for players who demand quality, style, and performance. With full-grain leather upper and soft leather linings, the shoes offer unmatched comfort. They're a perfect blend of classic style and modern design. If Box Toe Legacy golf shoes and belts are good enough for Jim Furyk, they're good enough for me. Learn more at boxtoegolf.com. That's your golf to go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Well, hello there. It's Santa Claus, and I'm checking my list to see who's been naughty or nice.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Santa. About that list, I've been a little bit naughty this year.
Oh, my. Naughty boys get a lump of coal in their stocking, you know.
Yeah, lump of coal. But guess what, Santa? Elk Grove Kia came to the rescue.
Elk Grove Kia? What do they have to do with your naughty deeds?
Well, Santa, they gave me a great deal on a new Kia, the highest-rated mass-market vehicle in J.D. Power's U.S. dependability study.
What?
No lump of coal for me this year, old man.
A Kia, you say?
Yeah,
Well, what about your challenged credit?
Well, Santa, unlike you, Elk Grove Kia doesn't judge guys like me. They look beyond my troubled past and still sold me a fine new Kia. Look.
Well, I never...
Sorry, Santa, but Elk Grove Kia has your sled beat this year. So while you're busy with the lumps of coal, I'll be cruising in style in my new Kia.
Okay, I suppose Elk Grove Kia is on the nice list this year.
Naughty or nice, Elk Grove Kia believes everyone deserves a second chance. Elk Grove Kia, spreading joy, one car at a time, in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or elkgrovekia.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Nothing the Dodgers did was actually outside, extra legal, problematic in terms of the letter of the law. It's just the spirit of the law. Agents are saying this is the most club-friendly deal of all time, and they may not be wrong. Otani got an enormous discount to the Dodgers. It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he wanted to be a Dodger for a number of reasons that make sense. They win, the proximity to his home in Southern California, the knowledge they have, the commitment they have. They're arguably the best organization in baseball. And to play with them and try and win championships with them, he gave them a gift with this contract.
So he did. And just to make a couple things clear, Dodgers didn't do anything wrong. They didn't break any laws.
And by all accounts, this was an Otani suggestion, wasn't it?
Yes. And I get it, Otani's not struggling to make ends meet. He's got more than enough money. He's making a ton more off the field. Living in Southern California, he's not moving. I'm guessing he probably bought his house. So what Shohei Ohtani gets to do, it's a pretty cool setup, is Ohtani's 29. He'll be 30 in July. His contract will go through his 39th, 40th year on Earth. He'll be 40 years old. And he'll have $680 million coming to him. Now, I also imagine Shohei Ohtani is probably not planning on spending the rest of his life in California, where taxes are incredibly high. So, odds are he's going to live somewhere else and save quite a bit of money in taxes. Now, I'm no accountant. But you also got to wonder how the state of California feels about the fact that he's going to get paid. What?
He's still getting paid in California.
Is he?
He's being paid in California if he's living someplace else.
Yeah, but what? I wonder if there's a tax break if he ends up.
No, the earned income's here, isn't it?
That's what I've been spending time thinking about. Totally. But if he's living in Japan or wherever. Like right now, if he earned the money over this 10-year period, but he's getting paid in the next 10-year period, where he's, let's just say for the sake of argument, living in Japan or living in, let's say he lives in Texas, where there's no state tax.
This sounds like a Kelly Brothers question.
I'm saying.
This is speculative. I don't know. I would think since the check's coming from the Dodger, it's being
now does he avoid the jock tax? Does he pay the jock tax on the $2 million he's being paid over the next 10 years because that's coming in California, but then avoid it because he won't be playing, let's assume, in California? My point is I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'll bet you they know.
Yeah.
Now the Dodgers can go out and spend a ton of money. And let's start first off with the not entirely realistic dangers here.
Yeah.
First off, you're deferring almost $750 million in payroll. Something happens to the Dodgers, something happens to Major League Baseball. By the way, good on Shohei Ohtani thinking we'll be a functioning society in 10 years. There's a gamble. But there's a little bit of a liability, I would think. I would think Major League Baseball would not want, sure, the Dodgers can do this. But what if the Padres or the Marlins or some of these teams that have had financial issues before. Well, what if they're doing that? Now, all of a sudden, the value of the franchise comes into play. The Padres were already having creditor issues this year. Well, if the Dodgers can do it, why can't they? It just seems like it's a little bit of a dangerous precedent there. But beyond that, it's a complete circumvention of the whole point of luxury tax, cap, etc.
There are differences, but what's your different feel of like when Tom Brady, for example, was with the Patriots, and they had a different financial whereabouts than a lot of people, with his wife at the time making more money than him. At least that was what was reported. And Brady would take the haircut, and he was still technically getting paid.
Yeah,
but he did that for purpose of like, hey, we need some help at the secondary, or we get that another running back or whatever. It is different, but what do you think the difference is there?
I think that, well, first off, we can talk about Brady or, Bobby Binies get brought up a lot. There's a lot of times we've seen where partial monies have been deferred. When you're deferring 97% of a contract that is this large, it just sets a little bit of a goofy precedent. And I don't know what the answer is, whether it's, okay, you can defer it, but that money is going to count completely against the cap. You can choose to pay it later, but you're getting pinged for it right now.
Yeah.
I also am not wild about the fact that the Dodgers aren't paying any interest on this.
Yeah.
That's a little strange. It would also be the same as, not the same, but it's a second cousin, I would say, to, let's say Joe Lacob wanted to sign Giannis Antetokounmpo to a free agent deal, but he could only give him $15 million a year. But it just so happens that a minority owner for the Warriors owns a tech company and signs Giannis to a $500 million endorsement, or a shoe company, which already happened, says we'll pay you more to play for this team. I don't like these outside influences.
Yeah, what's interesting to me on the whole reaction to it is kind of the feeling of this is unfair. I already feel like there's less people that think it's unfair that they got Otani, just on the premise. $700 million is what we all heard. Wow, I can't believe they're paying him that much. Good for him, but whatever. We're not counting his pockets until now. We're counting his pockets. It's like, wait, they're doing it this way? Now this is really unfair. That's where it seems to have escalated for people.
Yeah, I think it's the deferral. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. I don't fault the Dodgers. They were 15th in payroll.
Yeah.
Good for them for having the room. It makes total sense. He gets to live in L.A. and play for a winning team instead of live in L.A. and play for a losing team. The deferral seems a little stinky to me, though.
Stinky.
More on this later when we get back.
I'm attempting to dazzle Dave.
Week 14 in the NFL. Monday Night Football, a doubleheader there. And we've got an apology. We've sort of got an apology from Patrick Mahomes. We'll get to that next.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Match De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Do you have a game plan for COVID-19? Prescription oral treatments must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms, even if mild. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure for max strength daytime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. DayQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. The daytime non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
Do you have a game plan for COVID-19? Prescription oral treatments must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms, even if mild. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Tuesday starts out quite cool once again. We're looking at some areas of patchy fog and some patchy frost. For the afternoon, mostly sunny skies, light north winds, highs low 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's Kia's season of giving back at Folsom Lake Kia. Get low year-end prices and payments, plus low finance rates and even zero down deals with approved credit. Shop Folsom Lake Kia right here in Sacramento for over 20 years.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's Credit Christmas at Prestigio Jewelers. Get the gifts you want this year. Prestigio guarantees your credit up to $10,000. It's easy. Have a valid ID, proof of income, and be 18 or older. Prestigio has competitive pricing on all jewelry such as gold chains, wedding sets, diamond earrings, and designer brands like Cartier, Gucci, Bulova, and Citizen. Rebuild your credit, even with a repo or a bankruptcy at Prestigio Jewelers. This Christmas, come for the credit and be amazed by the selection at Prestigio Jewelers. Online at prestigiojewelers.com.
Discover your dream home at Subcontractors United, your source for all home improvement needs. A talented team of home services experts is ready to make your projects a breeze. No more endless internet searches. Find your contractors in one place. Enjoy stress-free service absolutely free, with no hidden costs and no accounts to set up. Transform your living space into something extraordinary. Visit Subcontractors United today and experience the joy of hassle-free home improvement. Dream big at subcontractorsunited.com.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It ignites something inside of you. Lightning and the thunder. Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
The sewer system. It's probably the last thing on your mind, and that's okay. Because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. As the region's largest sewer utility, we own and maintain thousands of miles of sewer pipe. And our job is to get to your sewer problem before it interrupts your life. So whether you've got a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night. The Sacramento Area Sewer District. It's a dirty job, but we're happy to do it.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you find the right customers. Spread awareness of your product or services. We can help build trust in your brand and services with a digital marketing campaign. Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing campaigns that deliver results. Don't wait. Get started today. Contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results.
Yep, 'tis the season. Hi, if you're like me, you take pride in your gift giving. Well, I've got a terrific idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift free from the Good Feet store. If you have someone on your list who's on their feet all day, has sore feet, knee, hip, or back pain, or even plantar fasciitis, maybe needs an energy boost, or just wants to maintain their active lifestyle, a Good Feet Arch Support gift card could be the perfect gift.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
This is Kenny and Jerry from Bell Brothers Plumbing, Heating, and Air. If you're thinking about replacing your heating and cooling system, now's the perfect time to take action.
It's Bell Brothers end of the year blowout, and it's happening now. We've got a limited number of high efficiency furnace, AC, and heat pump systems in our warehouse.
And we're offering $2,750 off qualifying systems if you buy between now and the end of the year.
No gimmicks, no games, just a great price for buying now. If you got a quote elsewhere, we'd be happy to give you a second opinion.
This is one of our best discounts of the year, but you have to hurry. When the systems are gone, the sale is over.
Call Bell Brothers for details and get up to $2,750 off any qualifying high-efficiency furnace, AC, or heat pump system.
Our number is 916-444-1234 or online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the
System quarterback has got to show you more, because no system quarterback makes tight window throws before they're there, throwing people open, putting the ball into a window and trusting his receiver to get there, layering balls over linebackers who are in good position and still getting the ball over their head, getting it to the playmaker. Just so accurate. You watch a lot of his throws, the accuracy gives them guys a chance to run after the catch. And I don't think he gets enough credit for that. I know, obviously, with him being Mr. Irrelevant, everybody is slow to give him his flowers, because then that says what they say about a lot of scouting departments. You let a guy like this slip to Mr. Irrelevant pick, So I think a lot of people are slow to give him his props just because of his draft status and where he was drafted. If he was, if he was Zach Wilson, I think we'd probably be, unanimous MVP, the next coming of Aaron Rodgers or somebody like that. But since he's a Mr. Irrelevant pick, and this is almost 2 years of him putting just unbelievable quarterback play on film, and it's still taking guys, saying that, hey, I think it's Debo, I think it's Trent, I think it's, that's not realistic.
That's Trent Williams talking about Brock Purdy. I would say this. Now, Trent is a perennial All-Pro, first ballot Hall of Famer, arguably the best offensive lineman in the game every year. If not, he's in the top 3. But Cowboy fan 6969 told me that Brock Purdy is a system quarterback, and I'm going to go with him. Yeah.
You know pretty well.
I'm going to go with
just
him.
In the handle.
It really is. This is a guy that watches football.
Yeah. And would know.
And would know. How can Trent Williams see what Brock Purdy's doing when he's facing downfield the whole? He's not even looking at Brock Purdy.
He doesn't know.
So I'm going with Cowboy fan 6969. In the meantime, there were 2 football games last night. We'll start with Tennessee.
And the resilient Titans beat the team that everyone thought might put up 70 again tonight. They didn't. They put up 27, and it was their defense that did it, and it was not enough. Final score from Hard Rock Stadium, Tennessee 28, Miami 27.
An absolute collapse at home by Miami.
Really bad loss for them.
Really, really bad loss for them. Right when Tennessee, who was 4-8, going into this game, the Dolphins were 5-0 at home, and the Tennessee Titans were 0-6 on the road. The Titans had no business winning this game. Tua Tagovailoa couldn't even pull off a touchdown pass.
Yeah,
but they still scored 27 points. They just completely, both teams were trying to give away this game late. At the same exact time, the Giants were mounting a comeback behind local hero Tommy DeVito. And he managed to rush and score and do things and set up Randy Bullock.
Snap is good. Kick on its way. End over end, and it is good! And the Giants have beaten the Packers 24-22. What a win by the Giants. The DeVito family going crazy. Kansas City may have Taylor Swift, but Jersey and New York will take the DeVitos any day. Manja!
What? Manja?
Okay.
Manja? Is that what?
Day, manja.
Yeah.
Hey, you never heard that before?
No.
Manja.
Oh.
What's that mean?
It's like, I don't know, like eat up.
Oh. Manja.
Munch.
M-A-N-J-A? G-A?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, M-A-N-G would be manga. Isn't that like a comic or something? All I'm saying is
Here
this.
comes manga.
All I'm saying is you had 4 teams playing last night. None of them, with the exception of the Dolphins, were above 500. 2 of these teams were significantly below 500. And you had a total winning margin of 3 points between the two.
Yeah.
These are tight games. Someone has to help me with why in God's name, in what world would you have them on simultaneously?
Don't have a good answer for that.
Why would you not just have, even if you just staggered them?
But isn't it weird? Like we've grown accustomed to a Thursday night or a Monday night or a Sunday night to have its own.
Yes.
This happens every Sunday. It's 10 games at a time. We're not bothered by that.
We're not. But then when it gets to like Monday night, you got these featured games.
Yeah.
Stop with your logic, Jason. Piercing.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what? Thank you, Giants. You officially put the 49ers into the playoffs.
49ers are officially.
Because I was worried.
I was a little, you don't know till you know.
Yeah.
And now we know. You may remember the Chiefs game last week.
Manja.
And Patrick, we need to clip Manja up. Patrick Mahomes was yelling at Josh Allen and anyone else that would listen. And he went on radio yesterday and he was very sad about it.
Obviously, you don't want to react that way. I care, man. I love it. I love this game. I love my teammates, and I want to go out there and put everything on the line to win. But obviously, can't do that. I mean, can't be that way towards officials or really anybody in life. So I probably regret acting like that. But more than anything, I regretted the way I acted towards Josh after the game because he had nothing to do with it. And so I was still hot and emotional. But you can't do that, man. It's not a great example for kids watching the game. So that I was more upset about that than I was about me on the sideline.
All right, fair play.
Okay,
fair play. Came out. He took a little ownership there. That's fine.
Yeah,
we talked about it. You're a competitor. You don't act great sometimes when you lose.
Yeah, it
happens. We got a break, but I have one more piece of audio. I just don't know where to stick it. So I'm just going to play it here. Have you heard this? This is Stephen A. Smith talking about Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
This is a fun quote.
It is shameful. You got chefs in New Orleans. I'm not exaggerating. I'm quoting people. You got chefs in New Orleans who love him. They're looking for him. Every chef there wants to meet him because they know he'll show up to their restaurant. The word out on Zion Williamson is that he'll eat the table. I'm quoting. He'll eat the table. What in the hell is going on with Zion Williamson?
He's eating the table.
He's eating the table.
Yeah.
I hate how he's taking my Luka bit, but
yeah, apparently Luka, James, and Zion need to go celebrity NBA. What are we doing here? Is Stephen A. Smith fat shaming?
Sounds like it.
I thought that wasn't okay to do.
Yeah.
I hear
he was quoting someone.
Oh, he was quoting his New Orleans restaurant sources.
Yeah. He knows a chef. His neighbor's a chef. His best friend's a chef.
Manja. Sounds like a kid's cartoon. Right next
Jumanji.
to Bluey. Yeah, Jumanji. When we come back, 3 for Madness. The Niners clinch. Shohei Ohtani. And Kings Clippers tonight. What's going to change, if anything? We'll get to that next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
It's all on his shoulders. Rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's happening for Chrysler's Wrap Up the Year sales event?
This month, you can save up to $16,500 off MSRP on 2023 Ram 1500 crew cabs. With over 600 new Ram trucks available, your perfect new truck is waiting for you at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. Plus, no payments for 90 days.
Okay, but what about the last of the Dodge Chargers and the Challengers?
This month, save up to $5,000 off MSRP and get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2023 Dodge Charger SXTs and Challenger GTs with no payments for 90 days.
The savings and financing won't last long. Search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
16,500 total net savings after 10,261 factor rebates and 6,239 dealer discount. Sample VIN 699,991. Rebates include 1,000 case equipment cash. Must have purchased qualifying case equipment from authorized dealer and 500 first responder cash for members of eligible First Responder Association only. No payments for 90 days on approved credit through Chrysler Capital. 5,000 total net savings after 5,000 dealer discount. Plus 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit through Chrysler Capital. Equals $1,389 per thousand borrowed. 10 at this net savings. See dealer for details.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Congratulations to Clemson. The number 9 seed beat Notre Dame, the 2 seed, 2-1 to win their men's soccer championship.
Congrats.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Later today, Huddersfield Town playing a Tuesday match. 11:45 kickoff.
What do they have today?
Oh, I don't know.
That club?
Yeah, on one place.
Hmm.
Pretty tough.
Oh, from over there?
Yeah, from over in England.
Oh, yeah. Across the way.
3 for Madness is brought to you by Fire Wings. 21 different flavors.
Ooh, they're playing Preston North End.
Oh, Peony, that's right.
The North Enders.
Yeah, Preston North End. I think they're 16th, somewhere like that in the table. And we're...
Oh, Zion ate that.
Yeah, he ate the whole table.
Yeah.
We're just 3 out of relegation, so...
And by 16th, you mean 9th.
9th.
Yeah.
I was hoping. Yeah, they're better. But, it's at John Smith Stadium. It's a home match.
Yeah.
So, rooting for them. Let's go Terriers.
Yeah.
3 for Madness brought to you by Fire Wings. Question 1.
That I did hear. Are the Niners at the point where even clinching the playoffs, as they did last night, doesn't even really register?
Jason?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think there's anything that sounds off or a bell or anything that would signify that the 49ers. I mean, look, I know coaches will always say this. Well, we got to get in first. They were going to get in.
Yep.
They're too good. So they made it. I guess they got help to do that, but they didn't really need their own help. They lost the 3 in a row, and now here they go. So now the next goal, win the division. Next goal after that, be the 1 seed.
The playoff wins are blowing for the Niners, but it seems like that's not the... They've gotten to the point where, okay, next.
Yeah.
We're in. Like, I don't think, like...
There's no champagne popping.
No.
Yeah.
No. Like, imagine when the Lions clinched last year or something. Or Kings clinched. Well, even
Right.
the Kings in Portland, they were like, yeah.
They should have. But, yeah, that should have been a big deal. It was a big deal for the fans.
It's a huge deal for the fans. And we're in the locker room, and they're like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. We got a game tomorrow.
Yeah,
Wait,
we got a
what?
game tomorrow. What? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great for the fans. What? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that's what comes with expectations. This is a Super Bowl or bust team. There's no whether it's fair or not. That's just the way it is. This is a Super Bowl or bust team. Anything less ain't going to satisfy the franchise or the fans. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Shohei Ohtani is deferring all but $2 million of his $70 million a year salary. Is this a problem? And if so, what's the solution?
It's a problem. And again, for those of you who haven't been the Dodgers did nothing wrong. Shohei Ohtani did nothing wrong. No rules were no rules were broken. But this is a dangerous precedent, I think. What's the solution? I don't think not deferring anything is a solution. You got to be able to defer, but there have to be, I would say, some significant penalties on deferring. Whether that's you have to take away. You can't just defer $680 million and pay no interest on it and have no real repercussions and be able to go out and spend indiscriminately. There's got to be some sort of, okay, you can do this, but there's going to be an issue. I think the next CBA is going to address this, because otherwise it's going to be open season on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably more problematic than anything. I wonder, and this take could be wrong, but I wonder, Dave, if there's a scenario where you say this could be good for baseball, not necessarily the deferring part, but the outcome. And what I mean by that is, all right, for 10 years, let's say the Dodgers are absolute juggernauts and maybe winning multiple World Series. Couple things happen there. You get potentially in baseball's largest, one of their largest markets, you get more and more baseball fans.
Right.
That's good for the sport. In other markets where it's very regional and it's nice when Texas can win and Philly can win and other teams, they will hate the Dodgers.
Yes.
I also think that could be healthy for baseball too. So in a roundabout way, I wonder if it's good, but I'm wondering. I'm not saying this is. I mean, I think there could be a good outcome for baseball, for the sport, but I'm not certain of that. I'm not certain of that feeling.
I don't necessarily. I think I feel less strongly about capping at the top, and more strongly about boosting the floor. But any sport that has a Mets, Yankees, Giants, Dodgers, whatever, spending $200-300 million and has the A spending $40 million.
It can't. The haves and have-nots are in every sport, but it can't be this drastic.
Yeah, it just can't.
Yeah,
it's not sustainable.
Yeah,
the baseball to me is a sport right now that is just milking everything they can out of it. They're the national pastime. They've got the history, and let's not have their funeral. Baseball's doing fine,
right?
There's just these generational cracks beneath the surface that really some of them aren't even going to pop up for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, but they're losing generations of fans with some of this crap. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
Kings and Clippers tonight. Do you expect a different outcome than their first meeting?
I don't know if I don't know if they'll win, but I do expect a different Kings team. They're on a back-to-back. They remember just a few years ago, for some reason going down to LA and playing the Clippers down there, they'd pull out wins here and there like that. That was kind of a cool place to go on the road when they were playing the Clippers. I think they also know that they didn't show up in that game, that Golden One Center, and they don't have the crazy emotion of the Warriors game on the back end. I mean, no disrespect to the Nets, but that's not the Warriors game. I do expect a different Kings team. Is that enough to win? I don't know, but I do think we're going to have a much better game tonight.
Yeah, and I think, one very early season trend for the Kings is they kind of have lost to the same teams. And I don't want this to become, they have to lose to the Clippers 3 times before they figure it out. They've lost 3 times to the Pelicans, multiple times to the Warriors, multiple times to the Rockets. So you're trying to avoid things like that. The Clippers got them. They deserve that win. They're playing much better, too. Remember when they first got Harden, they couldn't win a game. Now they're a couple games above 500, so they're playing better. And, I just want to see a different overall vibe from the Kings going against this Clipper team because, another win tonight keeps it rolling. The next 6 after that before Christmas are at home with some good teams. So there's really a chance to do some damage here if you're the Kings in the schedule.
It's just a matter of being on the second night of a back-to-back.
Yeah.
What is their pace going to be? What is their energy level going to be? If you're a place like American Energy Heating and Air, you're the type that supplies that heat, supplies that air conditioning, keeps people comfortable, keeps people in tune, has the energy to keep it going. Maybe the Kings can rely on them. Hi, everybody. Carmichael Dave. I want to tell you about what my friends in American Energy are doing, and I'll be telling you this pretty much every day because I want y'all to soak in the benefits of what these good people are doing to give back to the community. They do this each and every year. I'm very, very proud of them for doing it. They're giving away an HVAC system. They're giving away a free whole home HVAC system to one lucky family in the greater Sacramento area. Now, if you know a family in need of being comfortable this winter, enter for your chance to win the American Energy Comfort Giveaway by going to the AEway.com today. Now, you could win a free whole home HVAC system. It's that simple. There's no strings attached. Maybe you have one. It's working fine. You don't need it, but I'll bet you know somebody who could. American Energy Heat and Air, A+ Better Business Bureau. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. They check all the boxes. They're good folks. They'll take care of you. And they're giving away a whole home HVAC system for the holidays. For official contest rules, go to the AEway.com. That's the AEway.com. We'll take a break when we come back. Mike Brown, post-game, talking about the Kings beating the Nets. We'll do that next.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division type, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
The holidays are the happiest time of the year. That is, unless you or your loved ones are miserable because of colds, sinus infections, or allergies. This holiday season, give the gift of better breathing with Navage. What makes Navage so effective? Well, unlike cold and allergy drugs that might take a long time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage provides fast relief from sinus congestion in 30 seconds flat. Navage doesn't just relieve symptoms, it attacks the cause by sucking out the germs, allergens, and viruses trapped in your nose that are making you feel miserable. Best of all, Navage does it naturally, without drugs. Wash away your cold and congestion problems this holiday season. Add Navage to your gift list so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
We are toasting the new year in style with country star Tyler Rich at Gold Country Casino Resort.
There's a difference between
Special guest, the James Slack Band, will warm the crowd up. We're counting down to midnight with Tyler Rich. Get your tickets now at goldcountrycasino.com for the biggest New Year's Eve party around.
Gold Country Casino Resort.
Must be 21 or older.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
13-8 are your Sacramento Kings. They've won 7 of their opening 10 at home. And a really good performance overall. They had a bit of a defensive hiccup in the third quarter, but both teams did. 44-37 in the third. So basically nobody was playing defense.
But a 44-point quarter. At least if you give up 37, you better score more, and they did at 44.
Now that was quite the entertaining quarter if you enjoy offense. I did enjoy them holding Brooklyn to 18 points in the first, and I don't think that was an accident.
Yeah, I think coaches would prefer like the closing quarter, like, good. The reason we won, we only gave up 18 in the fourth. But that first quarter, I think they held them to 20-something% shooting, 18 points. It's kind of a slog for the Kings to score, but by the end, we still had a decent scoring game. But they did a good job early on.
No, they did. Mikal Bridges is their go-to guy. 22 points on 6 of 13. It's not that he had a bad game. It's just that he didn't. He was not as noisy.
6 of half, I think.
5 turnovers there as well. And they didn't get a ton off the bench. I will say I enjoy JaVale McGee. Last night was not his night.
No,
it just wasn't. He was a mess.
He was a mess all over the place. And sometimes like things also just don't go your way. There was like a pass that was thrown at his shoe tops. I'm like, he's not going to catch that.
No.
But okay, there was way more self-inflicting things by him last night.
But it's also I first off, props to the coaching staff, and he had 3 boards and 2 assists in 8 minutes.
Yeah,
but he had 3 fouls. He got into it with I think everybody.
Yeah,
in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I forgive him. I like that. Yeah. I don't want it all the time, and this isn't something he does all the time. But JaVale. People throw the term around crazy, and I don't like that, especially since dealing with Ron Artest and all that. I think crazy is a different thing. JaVale's a good kind of crazy to me, and not in the sense that he is just somebody that you don't want to screw with. Other players know that, and that he's capable of whatever, whenever. And Trey Lyles is more of a like a reserved enforcer. JaVale, I wouldn't necessarily call him an enforcer, but he won't take any garbage. And I like the fact that the Kings have two guys on this team, especially now, Lyles. Every team needs a couple of dogs. JaVale McGee and Trey Lyles are dogs.
Yeah, they are.
And sometimes, look, dogs go poo-poo in the kitchen. Sometimes being a dog can be detrimental. I mean, it's just a thing. Sometimes, it'll bite you a little bit. You might get the technical foul here, extra foul here, slow down the game here. I don't mind JaVale McGee got a goaltending call, although it was a very obvious goaltend, but it comes from a good place, and I think it'll pay dividends down the road.
Yeah, I think this, in where the Kings I felt had the advantage last night was I think these teams are built similarly. You got a lot of wings, athletic wings, shooters. This is the number one shooting team in the league in the nets. The inside, and I thought Sabonis controlled the game but didn't dominate the game. I could not believe. I think the halftime stat, Dave, was the Kings were 5 of 22 in the paint.
Wow.
And then something like 10 or 12 of 20 from three. It's like, wait, you're making more threes on less attempts than you were in the paint, and the paint didn't get that much better by the end of the night. I think I have it here. Yeah, at the end of the night from in the paint, 16 of 41.
That's
16 of 41 in the paint while you take 45 threes and made 25.
Yeah.
Made more free throws. So it was a little bit of an uneven night like that, but I mean, thank goodness the threes were falling. They were just hitting at a high clip and they spread it around. So many guys were hitting threes last night.
When you shoot 55.5% from three and you shoot 51% overall, that's a little backwards.
Yes.
And look, when you're in the paint, I don't know what the average is, but I've got to imagine points in the paint. You're somewhere around 50-60% on an average.
I would think.
I would think as the teams are in general.
Yeah,
you're
they only have 32 points in the paint.
That's strange.
Yeah.
And I want to, you mentioned Domantas Sabonis, 34 minutes last night, tied with De'Aaron for the team high. He had 15 points. He had 16 boards. He had 9 assists. He had a couple of steals. I just wanted. It is so strange that Domantas Sabonis is a top 5 MVP finisher, all-star, and I still feel like he doesn't get his due sometimes. Sometimes I find myself just watching. I stopped watching the Sacramento Kings, and for a few minutes I just watched Domantas Sabonis. I watch him the whole time. I don't watch the ball. And for those who don't do this, I highly suggest you do it sometimes, where you just forget the basketball, watch the player that you're wondering about. And I am amazed at a number of things with him. The cardio that it takes for him to consistently jam up and down the floor like he does as a big man. And then if he has the ball, he's the distributor. He's the hub of the offense, which more often than not he is. If he doesn't have the ball, he basically cannonballs his way into the key and bangs around with 300-pound tree trunks.
Yeah.
The damage he takes on a daily basis, on a game-to-game basis, he doesn't take plays off. He's not perfect, but he doesn't take plays off. He's constantly going. It's just the whole Halliburton Fox thing, which is so overplayed and stupid, and we talked about that. We don't talk enough about the fact that Sabonis, let's include Miles Turner in that conversation too with Domantas Sabonis. I just don't want to take him for granted. And Fox is getting his flowers, and he should. 29 points last night. And who was it that said it? Was it Mike Brown that said he thought De'Aaron Fox is now the best two-way point guard in the league?
Mm-hmm.
I think he might be right. I'm trying to think. Who else would it be?
Yeah, I love when it's so palpable. You can feel it when I don't even know what other phrase, like when he ratchets it up on defense. And who was Cam Thomas? He bodied him and chested him and forced him into dribbling over and back. Like, that doesn't happen to pro athletes that often. Like an NBA player gets taken off their spot so far off the court that he forces him into a turnover like that. Yeah. That was incredible.
No, he is strong. He has added that muscle since coming out of Kentucky. He's a grizzled veteran, yet still in his mid-20s. The future is incredibly bright for him, but what Domantas does for him and what he does for Domas, I think we need to celebrate that more. Here's Mike Brown talking about Keegan Murray.
Keegan was great. again, we're asking him to guard Mikal Bridges, and then, hey, you got to give it to us offensively. And tonight, he showed that he can be a high-level two-way player because, again, it's not like we're asking him to guard, their third or fourth best player. He's guarding their best player on the perimeter that is on that wing position that can move and shoot and handle and create. And so heck of a job by him on both ends of the floor tonight.
And Mike also talked about the team and how incredibly unselfish they are.
It's huge. And, that's why, our slogan is all in. We have it up on the wall. Everybody signed it. Sometimes you may play 5 minutes one night. Sometimes you may play 25 minutes. Sometimes you may play 35 minutes. And as long as we're trying to do it the right way and together, especially if we get the win, you like to have guys that are upset because you should want to play. You should want more shots. But at the end of the day, your teammates got opportunities and everybody stepped up and took advantage of whatever opportunity was given to them. And so you feel good about it. And that's what makes our group special.
They really are unselfish. I mean, this is one, you want to talk about ways to compare the eras and what I would say are we okay with saying the two best eras in Sacramento basketball history, the early 2000s and right now?
Yeah, I think that's fair
I think
to
these
say.
are better than those 90s teams.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Mitch Richmond.
Right.
They both of those teams have one thing, I think, above all, really in common. They're just incredibly unselfish.
Yeah.
They play for each other.
Yeah, there's so many times, and I can't remember, you played a couple of highlights earlier, but where they're whipping the ball around the perimeter, and it's like the first pass, oh, Keegan's open. Oh, one more, that's Monk. Oh, one more to Fox. He's really open. Oh, in the corner, Barnes, he's the most open.
Yeah.
All four could have taken the shot.
Yes.
And doesn't mean Barnes is going to make it or whoever got it along the chain, but you're like, you're playing the right way there.
Yeah.
And, I know Doug Christie used to always say the same, but like the ball has energy. And, Barnes doesn't take very many shots. McGee doesn't get very, but if you're giving, if you feel like you're a part of something and it's not just the Fox show.
Right.
Or the Monk show or whoever.
Yes.
And there's nights where Monk is the reason they win or it's Herter because he had 30. All right, great. But it's got to be everybody involved. They do a really good job of that.
Well, and that's the thing. I like to call it Teen Wolf basketball. Damian Lillard with the Blazers, Luka Doncic with Dallas. Especially before Kyrie got there, and now with Kyrie there, they're like co-Teen Wolves. And if you've seen Teen Wolf, and you know the reference I'm making, yeah, they won a bunch of games, and Teen Wolf was amazing, but nobody else got to do anything. And I think you're unless your name's Michael Jordan. Well, now screw it. Jordan didn't do it by himself. Even Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, had another top 50 player by his side for every single championship. He had a Hall of Fame rebounder in Dennis Rodman. He had guys like Horace Grant and Steve Kerr and John Paxson. You're not just going to do it on your own. And nobody's going to be a bigger competitor. And nobody was more, and I mean this in the right way, selfish than Michael Jordan when it came to he knew who he was and how he could elevate his club. But he's a guy that would pass to Paxson. He's the guy that passed to Kerr for those big threes in the playoffs. You got to have a team.
Even when Fox is the clutch player of the year and getting the most fourth quarter points, he has the most fourth quarter points again this year.
Right.
But there are other people scoring in the fourth quarter and that they need to score in the fourth quarter. And he's not a selfish player. He finds the balance of I'm the best scorer on this team, but I also can't take every shot, and I got to get everybody involved.
Even Teen Wolf realized that he did better when he wasn't the Wolf and he was just Scott Howard.
That's exactly right.
That's when they beat the Dragons.
He went back to Scott Howard, and they beat the Dragons with wasn't the other guy on the team? Was that Pee Wee's neighbor?
It was.
It was Pee Wee's neighbor from Pee Wee's Big Adventure. I completely lost my train of thought because I'm teen wolfing. But now let's go to Mike Brown and the 3-point record.
38 assists. That speaks volumes of how connected the group is and how the group is trying to play the right way. So, heck of a job. That might even be a franchise record. Franchise record made threes, 25 of them. I mean, again, we're a team that can shoot the basketball, and it was evident tonight. And again, with the way that we play together and how connected we are, and trying to find the best look, it makes the game fun for everybody because everybody gets a chance to touch it when they're open.
was Coach Mike Brown.
Yeah.
On the 3-point record. One more from Mike on Malik Monk.
At the end of the day, I would like to shout out Malik Monk. You know, this is his fourth game this year with 20-plus points and 5 assists. And, you know, I talk about 6th man of the year and you know, to get 20 and 5 off the bench 4 times already, that leaves all 6 man of the year candidates. And so I just like to give him a shout out because he definitely deserved it. He definitely was a spark for us tonight, handling the ball, creating, knocking down shots. And then I thought he was good defensively too. So a good win for our guys going into a back-to-back.
That was my question to you. I forgot. Do you think there's any chance voters get, like they got Jokic fatigue and gave it to Embiid? They're going to get De'Aaron fatigue for the clutch. Give it to somebody else.
I don't know. I think that one's also so much done on metrics. Like they can prove it and say, well,
That
you've
is
got
true.
literally the most fourth quarter points or the most, you know, because there was a clutch configuration of numbers that they had. I don't know if it's as simple as that. Someone might go, well, yeah, they have the most on this number, but that guy hit like 4 game winners. I don't know how they're going to do it, but
Brown brings up a good point about Malik Monk.
yes. And when he puts that stuff out there, he's also campaigning. He's elevating his guys, but that's good. He's good at that.
It'd be great to have clutch player of the year, have 6th man of the year, a couple of all-stars,
yep,
a couple of top 10 MVP candidates. Put a smile on my face as Kings fan. Not a frown on my face like those piles of poop in the backyard if you are not using Supreme Source. Super premium dog food bark. I can't do the yell today. Sorry, guys. I can't do it. The fastest growing premium dog food in the country. Family owned and operated since 1972. The only major privately owned dog food company in the U.S. of A., which means no shareholders except for your poochies. Organic seaweed, easy digestion, high protein, powerful antioxidants, and superfoods that help support healthy digestion and intestinal health. There's 6 recipes in 3 sizes, 5, 11, and 22 pounds, 6 interchangeable recipes, and 100% complete balanced nutrition for all life stages. By the way, Smart and Final, Save Mart, Safeway, Winco, it's where you get it. You can learn more at SupremeSourcePet.com. Supreme Source, super premium dog food. Do more for your puppy's tummy than rub it. We'll take a break. When we come back, 8 games in 13 days started last night with a big win. We'll talk about it next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
This holiday season, visit Boot Barn for top quality gifts that pay tribute to the lasting heritage of the West. From handcrafted cowboy boots and American-made felt hats to hand-stitched leather jackets, our in-store experts will help guide you as you shop, assisting with boot fitting and providing complimentary hat shaping. This holiday, share a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
Subcontractors, grow your business with more leads and leverage your marketing costs to receive over 10 times the value in advertising. Subcontractors United is offering 40 home services contractors to join our advertising co-op. For under $2,100 a month, you'll share in over $83,000 a month in advertising. That's $1 million a year in advertising for under $2,100 a month. There's only 3 subcontractors per category, not 3,000, so lead potential is unlimited. Google Subcontractors United for more information.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Skid Row and Buck Cherry together. The Gang's All Here tour. With special guests, Stretch. This Saturday night, Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Skid Row, Buck Cherry, the Gang's All Here tour.
Yep, 'tis the season. Hi, if you're like me, you take pride in your gift giving. Well, I've got a terrific idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift free from the Good Feet store. If you have someone on your list who's on their feet all day, has sore feet, knee, hip, or back pain, or even plantar fasciitis, maybe needs an energy boost, or just wants to maintain their active lifestyle, a Good Feet arch support gift card could be the perfect gift.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Ken Griffey Jr. will make more money than Shohei Ohtani next year.
Team is he on?
Yeah.
Oh, he's on that team?
Manny Ramirez will make more money out of baseball than Shohei Ohtani next year, as will Chris Davis.
Will he make more as a Dodger? Is that where he's getting paid? I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably the A's. What did Casey Pratt said? The A's offered him a $1 over 700 million years contract and turned him down. Something like that. Yeah. Anyways.
But it wasn't deferred.
It was not deferred. 8 games in 13 days started last night with a win, which is good.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, they're 13-8.
Mm-hmm.
I think more things have been good than aren't, but what's exciting to me is I still feel like there's more, right? I wouldn't say they've like totally underachieved, but I would hope we haven't seen their best basketball.
I feel like we haven't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like at best we've seen them at 85%.
Pretty encouraging.
It is. And maybe I'm wrong, but I get the feeling when we're at the end of the season, no matter how far it goes, we're going to look back on some of these stumbles. And I've said this before and say this is really paying off in the long run.
Yeah, you hope so. And you look at what, they've done, particularly at home to the Nets the last 2 years. We talked about yesterday, the game, they blew out the Nets on national TV last year. They had another big offensive night. And then also the other reality in the first 21 games, they've had more injuries than they did last year at this time. So they've been able to manage their way through some of that without Fox, without Lyles. And I think now that we're seeing Lyles play consistently, we said it, but now we realize it too. Like they missed him a lot.
They missed him a ton.
He really rounds out their lineup well. And so having him back and playing well, it's just a more complete team.
Also, shout out to, as always, the best fans in the NBA. Their reception of Harry Giles last night. And conversely, I think he's still hugging people.
Yeah.
At Golden One Center.
He was out there way late. We're still doing post game. He's out there. Obviously, he has friends and family and different connections here. But he didn't play that much, came in at the end. And there was kind of I think he snuck in between free throws. And then you saw him. And then it was actually the first kind of recognition that was like, and foul on Harry Giles. And then all of a sudden,
everyone freaked out.
Goes nuts. And then when he's leaving the game, we actually, I don't think we kept the audio of this. It was really difficult. For whatever reason, last night, the post-game interview for radio was Domantas Sabonis. He was great. Domantas is always good, but it was, I think Lyles was doing the beam, and Harry Giles is over on the side doing like, I love you, Sacramento. And they're milking it and going, like none of it was very clear.
Yeah, a lot of it was going on.
So then like we just lost Sabonis's interview anyway, but it was just, man, there was a ton of things going on, but the appreciation he had for the fans, the love they were giving back. We say it, Dave, like once a king, always a king, especially, I mean, just don't do anything to really damage the city, but Harry has come back here many times. He loves it here. And he's very appreciative of, and that's all this community needs. You show a little love back, they're going to love you forever.
That's all it takes. You show us a little bit of love, and you're going to be no pun intended, a king here for the rest of your life. Once a king, always a king, unless you're James Johnson.
Right. Spencer Hawes. Like,
Buddy
again,
Hield.
don't do anything that,
Buddy's different. Like, Buddy's different. I can't put him in with Spencer Hawes and James Johnson.
No.
Buddy's just Buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just buddies.
Yeah.
Here's Keegan Murray.
Kevin only takes single digits. With so many weapons on this team, how important is it for guys to be willing to not shoot as much to allow others to have their nights?
It changes a lot, and it shows how deep of a team we are. Just guys being able to step up in different situations and guys being willing to accept that, depending on the game, depending on how the game's going. So a lot of unselfishness on our team, and I think that's what makes a good team and a good culture.
Feel like, when the threes falling the way it is, the way you guys get the shots up, is 23s kind of like a goal at any point in the game when you go into a game at all?
We don't really, look at how many threes we make. Last year, we had a lot of games where we're up towards the 23 mark and hit a lot of threes in games. And this year, we just kind of haven't had that. So we know that if we get going from beyond the arc, that we're a dangerous team. And 23s is kind of like a benchmark for a lot of teams for sure.
And then kind of when you look at Malik, I know, you like to rib him back and forth, but obviously the spark he kind of gives you guys off the bench, big scoring nights, and obviously the playmaking. Is this even on a different level than what you saw him start out last season with?
Before we get to Keegan's answer, I want to open the phone lines at 1-800-920-1140 for the Jiffy Lube drive of the game. It did happen last night. It was bright and clear. 1-800-920-1140. First caller to get through gets a $100 gift certificate from Jiffy Lube. Here's the rest of Keegan's answer.
Yeah, he's especially I feel like the last couple weeks, he's been really good off the bench. He's been really consistent off the bench, and that's been big for us, is consistency. So I feel like he's kind of elevated his game from last year for sure, and it's really cool to see.
The fun thing about listening to Keegan, watching him develop on the floor, but also watching him develop in the media as well.
Yeah.
Look, he's not the loudest guy. He's not gonna blow you away with his crazy charisma. I could not care less. I think his lack of charisma, that sounds like an insult, his lack of excitability, whatever you want to call it, his quiet demeanor, I think that's his brand. And I'm here for it.
He's polished though. Like, he's under control. They'll put him out. The season started, or maybe the first preseason game, and like, oh, please welcome to center court with Keegan Murray, and he'll thank the fans. Thanks to the Denver Nuggets for being here. We hope we have a great season, a good game tonight, and we appreciate you. And he's just pretty smooth, effortless, and then now you watch a guy develop really defensively this year, and he hasn't had the big offensive games, but last night was one of those nights where he was pretty spectacular offensively, and that was fun to see.
And it makes me wonder, you got to think that Keegan has some sort of hidden, like, is Keegan like super into karaoke or something? Like, when he goes home, like, what is it that Keegan does?
Yeah.
He can't just like eat cereal all day and then play basketball. Like, there's something going on.
He's a big golfer.
He is a big golfer.
I hear Malik Monk's a big golfer. He plays every single day, apparently.
But Murray's got the right demeanor for golf. Because golf, can just.
What if he's just like a maniac on the course?
Just throwing clubs.
Yeah.
Just you play it off I had to play it off a Frankenstein's fat foot type of guy.
Yeah.
Just going after another guy. Fix your divot.
Yes. Play it where it lies.
Yeah.
I'd like to think maybe he gets on at night and plays Call of Duty and Kmer6969, whatever his gamer tag is, and just yelling at little kids. I don't know. I wouldn't hate him for it at all. All right, 1-800-920-1140. That's 1-800-920-1140. Jiffy Lube Drive of the Game. All you got to do.
It's a good one, too.
It is a good one. Is tell us what the drive of the game was that G-Man told you about. You're going to get a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. I'm repeating that because I forgot to open our phone lines.
Oh, yes.
They are open right now at 1-800-912-1140. So we talked about, Jason, real quick before we break, 8 games in 13 days, starting with yesterday.
Yeah.
Go to the Clippers tonight, Oklahoma City, Thursday.
Here.
Then Utah, that starts
homestand.
A nice homestand. Oklahoma City, Utah, Washington, Boston, Phoenix, and Minnesota. Now, especially those last 3. And it sounds like the Phoenix might have, it seems like they'll have Bradley Beal back for that game. Minnesota's been absolutely on fire. And Boston's Boston.
Yeah, you have 4 of the best teams going. I mean, Phoenix not record-wise, but talent-wise, Boston, OKC, and Minnesota. Yeah, those are monster games.
What that tells me is, you've got 4 of 6 that are almost certain playoff teams, and then Utah and Washington. You gotta beat Utah and Washington. Just forget about it.
Yeah,
you can't afford to not do that. You got to be able to beat them, and then you guys. I wouldn't even say the only steal on that list. Maybe Boston. I mean, my question is this: barring injury, are the Sacramento Kings going to be underdogs in any of those games other than Boston?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the Kings have put themselves in this spot, Dave, where I feel like they can win every game. They won't, but I feel like why would I pick against them at home?
Sure.
Now there's schedule games. A lot of those aren't back-to-backs per se, and hopefully you're like tonight's a back-to-back.
Yeah.
But I mean, hopefully you're rested. I don't know if you get another teams on back-to-back. Assuming they're healthy, they'll have a great chance to win all those games.
All right, let's go to Mike. Mike, before we go to break, I'm looking for the Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Do you got it for me?
Hey, brother, I think it is when Ellis threw a little drop off pass to Malik, and he came with his tomahawk jump.
All right, so it was a Monk. You're saying the Monk tomahawk jam?
Yeah.
What do you think, Jason?
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. What do you think?
Hands to Keegan in rhythm for 3, and he adds his name to another 3-point tally. Keegan is now 2 for 2 from downtown. He's got 16 points, 10 of his 16 in this quarter. Steal, Keon Ellis pushes 2-on-1, weaves his way, right wing feed. Malik with the hammer off the dribble, and there, unquestionably, is your Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Wow. Still trying to react to that. 86-74. 3 more on the way. Keegan Murray just ranged down the 3 on the right side. The explosiveness of the Kings on full display here in the last 60 seconds. They now lead it 89-74, equals their biggest lead of the night. And we remind you that your Jiffy Lube drive of the game, it was the amazing hammer thrown down in full transition by Malik Monk.
There we go. It was a long one.
It was a very long one.
Yeah.
Longest of the year.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean like Mike's a winner.
It always sounds better when G-Man says it.
You're darn
Well
right.
done, Mike.
Congratulations, Mike. You've won yourself a $100
Thanks,
gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. Go winterize your car, get your oil changed, do whatever you need to do. But most importantly, thank you so much for listening to G-Man.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. I'll put him on hold. And we'll take a break.
Good job, Mike. It's that easy. And you know what? You can do the same tomorrow at this time.
Easy.
Listen tonight.
Listen tonight. Write it down. You're good to go.
Yeah.
We'll take a break when we come back. Let's look back at last night's game, the franchise record, and more. We'll hear from Malik Monk. We'll do that next.
What's the latest with the San Francisco 49ers? Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross keep you up to date on all things red and gold during the Niners at 9 every weekday at 9 a.m. on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Stop your grinding with Bucks Night Guard.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I ended up going to a dentist and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found the Brux Night Guard. You mold it at home to the top or bottom teeth. Other mouth guards go all the way to the back, which allows the back teeth to touch. This is where most of the grinding and clenching occurs. The Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Order your Brux Night Guard today and get 10% off plus free shipping. Go to BruxNightGuard.com and enter the code BRUX91. That's BRUX91.
Stop your grinding with Brux Night Guard.
If you're a business owner, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton invites you to take advantage of a 4.9% APR for up to 36 months on select 2023 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter vans. And since new Sprinters qualify for the Section 179 tax deduction, you can save up to $6,000 on your new Sprinter. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, sales, service, and a dedicated commercial van department to help your company with any job. mbofstockton.com.
Hey, it's Juice and Mo. Make this Christmas unforgettable by shopping at our friends Sharif Jewelers.
Do you even remember what you thought last Christmas?
No.
Well, you got to make this one memorable.
Okay.
Make sure to go into Sharif Jewelers. You can get diamond studs, tennis bracelets. There's so many classic, timeless pieces that can be worn every single day, available in both lab-grown and natural mined.
In so many different price points. So don't go anywhere else this holiday season. Support a local, family-owned business rooted in Sacramento for 30 years. Sharif Jewelers.
A holiday message from Jackson Hewitt. 'Twas the yikes before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, except Larry. See, the stockings weren't hung by the chimney with care, 'cause Larry's wallet was empty with no time to spare. So he went to Jackson Hewitt for a holiday loan, got money so fast he rejoiced and went home. Avoid the yikes before Christmas. Go to Jackson Hewitt before it's too late. Get up to $1,000 fast, minus the wait. Early refund advance offered to eligible clients. Application required. Finance charge applies. Loans by Republic Bank. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
God, I'm so stressed about my business not being ready for the holidays.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 35 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Starts at $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Ooma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Now listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and myself the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Get your vehicle ready for the holiday driving season at Jiffy Lube today. Oil changers, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. For more information, go to jiffylube.com.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
I'll do it for you. Bark, bark.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Thank you for the bark, Tim.
No problem. So, piggyback what you guys were saying about Keegan. Yeah, he's not going to be the loudest guy, but I really see the growth. Like as far as like he's taking more contested shots. He's creating his own shot. I see him aggressively, attempting just everything on the offensive end. So big props to, and I don't know if he's a younger or older. He's a twin, so they're the same age. But shout out to Keegan Murray, man. Hope he has a good game tonight in LA.
I appreciate you, Tim. Thank you. I hope so too. I hope it's a better performance than their first one against the Clippers.
Is he the older or younger? I don't know of the Twins.
Well,
By minutes,
he's
you know?
the older one.
Is he? It could be.
I could be wrong. By the way, if you're just joining us, one of the toughest things for anyone hosting a 3-4 hour show to do is forget that there's a new audience coming in constantly, and I like to think that everybody listens from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. But
we do.
I apologize for my. We do.
Yeah.
I apologize for my voice this morning. Obviously, I've been fighting illness for the last week or so. So I know it is probably incredibly annoying. Trust me, it's annoying to me. I have a nice steady diet of hot water and cough drops, and bear with, if you will. Kings Nets 25 made 3-pointers. The Kings set a season high as well. We haven't even talked about this yet with 38 assists.
Yeah.
It's unselfish play.
It is, and the ability to score. Like this year, I think what they've done is really they've tried to work on their defense, and I think there's times where it looks better. I think there's not as many colossal breakdowns as they've had in the past, but they were historically so good offensively last year that this year I think they've been good.
Yeah.
They haven't shown us like the full weaponry, I don't think. Last night was closer to that as far as what they were clicking with made threes and sharing the ball. Still missed a bunch of easy shots too, but it seemed like a pretty smooth 131, pretty easy to get there, and balanced performance. There wasn't fourth quarter Fox per se, but he had third quarter. Keegan was good all throughout. Sabonis, Monk, Lyles, just good balanced effort.
And not to broken record it, but I honestly think if the proclamation from the coaching staff had been, hey, just pick up where you left off, I have no doubt they'd be a top 2, top 3 offensive scoring team right now. I think they've purposely brought it down a little bit to focus more on defense. And you see certain things come through. As you mentioned, the Nets are the best shooting team in the NBA, and they held them to 18 points. And what'd you say, 20-something% shooting in the first quarter?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the goal here, I think, and what they're really trying to work for is having a bit more of a sustained. You can't sustain that defense for 4 quarters. People are going to score. People are going to get hot. There's going to be runs. But what I want to look for, and you mentioned this, is I want to see those 18-point quarters happen in the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see them being able to, okay, it's lockdown.
Yeah, it's winning time.
We're going to, the NBA equivalent of, Kyle Shanahan running Christian McCaffrey 12 times in a row and a drive in the fourth. I want to see them be able to lock people down at will, if you will.
Yeah, and I think that would be ideal for this team. But again, their superpower still, I think they have a special offense, really good offensive players. They can find enough defensively, toughness, rebounding, limit turnovers. That to me seems to be their secret to success.
Malik Monk continues his 6th man of the year drive with another wonderful game last night, and the almost play of the year, the reverse 360 layup that just bounced out. Here he is post game.
Team record tonight with 25 3-pointers. What's it like to be a part of that? And we know how much firepower this team has offensively, but what's it feel like when you guys have it going like that?
A lot like last year. That's exactly what it feels like. The best offense in the NBA. So we got to continue to do things like this, but also lock in on the defensive end because we knew the offense would get going at some point.
Malik, you had the tomahawk, but then the spin move might have been the move of the night, but you missed. Just how much did you want that one to go down?
Oh, yeah, I should have made that. I think I tried to put a little bit try to get a little cute with it. I should have just laid it up, try to put a little. I'll hit one, though. I'll hit one.
Malik, 2 for you. 1, where would you rank Keegan's dunk at the end right there?
3.
That's a 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Meh. Just meh?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Second one is this. Back-to-back tomorrow. I know this is something that you guys have been working on this season just to try to get the right foot forward. What's got to change tomorrow to get a win?
Defense first mindset, I think will get a win because we know our legs going to be tired. Luckily, they had a game tonight too, so they'll be feeling a little bit unlike last time. But yeah, I think just defensive end. If we lock in down there, the offensive flow in, I think we'll get the job done.
Obviously, it's a lot of the same guys from last year, but with some new faces in here, how settled in do you feel to just this group of guys this year?
Oh, yeah, I've been settled from day one. But I think everybody's figured everybody out right now. So we're just going to keep rolling. I think the offense is going to keep improving.
Malik, 38 assists tonight as a team, man. Can you talk a little bit about passing the ball tonight?
Oh, yeah. That'd be our main goal, man, just to push the ball up, sprays, which is paint touches, then kickouts. We count those as we call those sprays. And that's been big in practice. So that's just us following our game plan.
How close was it to maybe not playing tonight since you were battling that under the weather a little bit?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what I thought you'd say. And along those lines too, just the first half, the Sparky show. Did you feel like that kind of gave you guys quite a lift in that second quarter, especially?
I don't know, man. I think every time I step on the court, I get a little lift from everybody else. So it's just me being me and the team. I think just following my lead like always.
Malik, building off of the assists, I know there's only so many shots to go around, but when you have so many guys that are okay with taking single-digit shots if it means winning, just I guess how unique is that and how important is that to success?
Oh, yeah, man. I think that's the biggest key because it's not going to be your night every night, and we know that, and that just shows tonight. Kev had 6 shot attempts. HB had 7. So, yeah, man, Kev just being a great teammate, cheering us on. And he know his night might come tomorrow or the next game. So we don't worry about that.
Malik, I know you weren't here when Harry was.
My dog, though.
Yeah, and you know, but I think you've been embraced like similar to the way he was here. What's that like, and what's it say about the fans in Sacramento that they embrace their players and show love like that?
If you go out there and play with your heart, man, play with your all, I think the fans gonna respect that, and that's what Harry does, and that's what I do, and I think that's why they like both of us so much.
What's it like for you to see De'Aaron putting up this many threes and him going down at this rate, and what do you think that does for his game?
Explosive, man. They're gonna have to guard him a little bit more, and we got shooters out there too, so it's just gonna open the floor way. It's already open for him, but it's just gonna open it up a little bit more for him and make things a little easier.
Big takeaway from that whole thing. 3 of 10 without hesitation. He ranks Keegan's dunk. Shots at Keegan.
Yeah.
And the media did a great job at bringing this back to Keegan. We have a brewing controversy in the locker room. Here was Keegan's response to those explosive comments from Malik Monk.
I got 2 for you. One, Malik said your dunk at the end was a 3. Where would you rank that in your rankings?
It's a 3. I mean, it wasn't as good as my other one, but I mean, it's a lot better than a 3. I mean, he smoked a 360 layup, so you can't really talk much.
We're still in search of whose laugh that is. We think we landed on whose it was.
Yeah, I think it's Jake.
It's Jake.
CBS. Yeah, I think.
That's honestly been my favorite part of the show, which says something. That's a phenomenal laugh.
Talk much.
That's going to win.
Good for Keegan.
Really good for Keegan. You know what? Good for you. You're a veteran now, Keegan.
Yeah.
Slap back at Malik Monk.
Yeah, don't talk about me, Malik.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Keep my dunks out your mouth.
Yeah. And why is Malik the official grader of dunks?
Right. When did that happen?
Yeah, though he was in a dunk contest, and he's a good dunker.
He is an excellent dunker.
Really good athlete.
Is he the best dunker on the team?
Right now, I would say so. Fox could give him a run.
Oh, God. Fox, Monk.
They probably got some good dunk contests just among themselves at open gym somewhere.
It's like the end of what? Rocky 2?
Mm-hmm.
3? When it's Apollo Creed and Rocky just by themselves, and then
ding,
ding,
yeah.
and nobody's seen them.
Ding, ding.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Shawn Salsbury will join us, and we will talk all kinds of football and fun with him. It's the weekly Shawn Salsbury segment coming up next.
The Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division type GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He stopped the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Winter is coming. I know you know that, but are you prepared to keep your family warm all season long? At American Energy Heating and Air, their goal is to exceed your expectations of the heating and air industry by valuing the customer experience and making your home comfort system as efficient as possible for the most value. So book your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. Prevent dangerous gas leaks. Extend the life of that furnace and save on your energy bills. And here's the guarantee. This isn't a sales call. They're not getting in the door so they can try to sell you a bunch of stuff. No, they're just going to do what they say they're going to do. Call today to schedule an appointment at 916-520-9990 or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. Get your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. 916-520-9990. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
The one, the only, the magnificent, the handsome, the intelligent, the godfather of much of sports television today. Except when Shawn did it, when Shawn and John did it, rest his soul, there was quality.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody's just yelling at everybody just to be stupid.
And just looking for takes.
Yeah.
Sticks. Yeah.
When those two got together, it was real. It wasn't imagined. It wasn't fake.
It was clever.
And the way they would rip each other, yet you had the love underneath. To me, it's one of the most, like, whenever there's documentaries in the future done on the development or devolvement, even in some cases, of sports television, I think Shawn and John doing what they did deserves a nice big chapter in there. Anyways, we can talk about Shawn all day, or we can just talk to Shawn. Good morning, Shawn. It's Dave and Jason. How are you?
I'm good, guys. Thank you for the compliment. I'm not a big pat on the back guy, but I can tell you this: that we would have put ours up against any of them. And while there's a lot of talented people, remember when John and I were doing it, we weren't fighting for any takes or clicks on social media. It was just trying to do good TV and be honest. And yeah, I'll put it up against any that are going now. They're louder, they're more publicized now, but as arrogant as it may sound, and I sure don't mean it that way, I thought that John Clayton and I's Four Downs was as quality as any of them, if not the best. I don't think you can outdo the original. That's just me.
It's not. I feel you being humble, but I don't think it's a debatable, no pun intended. I don't think it's debatable at all. It's better. It was better. You had the nerdy football expert that, everyone wanted to stuff in a trash can. You had the heated jock quarterback guy, the big man on campus. And then you had the little interplay between the two of you. But I always felt like beneath all that, Shawn, beneath the fun, there was a hell of a lot of fantastic and very fair football analysis. And I just feel like a lot of these guys today grab their paycheck, yell at each other, and go home and avoid the mirror.
Yep.
I could
and not held accountable for it.
Correct.
There's no doubt. And with John and I, we did not script it. I've said that to you before.
Yep.
We did talk. The whole essence of it was hardcore, get after it football, but also the undertone that people don't get. They saw the, man, were they faking this? There's no faking it. Is the love and respect that both him and I had for each other's preparation for that show every single time we did it. And with John, and make no mistake, that so-called nerd stuff at a trash can guy whooped my ass plenty of times on the air. So much love and respect, and it wasn't for anything other than how do we make this great television, but honest, without you telling me what I need to say to get the wrath of somebody on Twitter so it goes viral. That was never our intention, and we didn't have to worry about that, and nor did we have anybody tell us what to say. And it was just raw, real, and I don't know if we'll ever get that again because of the way the setup is. And neither one of us were making $12 million a year. So there you go.
Shawn Salsbury joining us here on the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Shawn, each week in the NFL, our opinions change. That's what happens. You get new information after each week because of a team plays well, doesn't play well, guys get hurt, so on and so forth. So we saw another offering Sunday night of the Dallas Cowboys, and some of the narrative was, well, they haven't beaten anybody. Well, Sunday they did, and they did it well, and they say dominant at home. Dak's having a great year. Just your thoughts on where Dallas is now and how dangerous they might be.
I think they're extremely dangerous. We know, I think they're so well coached on defense, guys. And it feels like there's a sense of, it felt to me at times last year offensively they labored. That even when there was a good play, that Dak labored over decisions and that Kellen Moore was late. I want to be a head coach, so let me call this to be a head coach instead of call what's going to give us the best chance to succeed. And I think that even when they were successful, it felt forced, sometimes like leadership does when a guy isn't leadership. That offense felt like that. Now, Mike McCarthy feels like he's got him in a rhythm. They're doing a little bit of everything. Dak is playing loose and free. Guys, I know we hear that a lot, but I can't begin to tell you how important it is. There's a sense of removing clutter from your mind, whether that's the social media, the naysayers, the positive stuff. Just remove the clutter from your mind and focus. And quarterbacks more than anything, and we hear this cliche too, playing in the moment. You got no choice. You can't play anything but the moment, because 400 yards 2 quarters later and an interception means nobody cares about your 400 yards. A missed tackle in the second quarter, but 4 tackles, somebody else to clean it up for you. You can do that. So you don't get to hide behind anything as a quarterback. So I feel like they're more free. I feel like it's not one person that's making a difference each week. And we know their defense can cut it loose. Philadelphia looks pedestrian the last 2 weeks, although we know they're not. I still think the 3 best teams in the national football, in the NFC, 49ers are still to me, my favorite in the NFC. I love the way the Cowboys are playing. And I assure you, Philadelphia is going to start playing with some wrath and some anger, because they have looked a mere shell of themselves, but they'll get it going. They're still the 3 teams, but anybody that wants to question if the Cowboys are real, at least now, is not watching the same football we're watching. But I'll tell you what the question is going to do, and is going to happen, and is going to say, and what people are going to wonder, is this still a December, a November, October type team, or can they do this in January? Can Dak do this in January? That's what you're waiting for. And we haven't seen it since the mid-'90s for them. We've talked about that. So all 3 are poised, those 3 teams, with Purdy, Prescott, and Hurts in leadership at the quarterback position. All 3 have stars. All 3 have defenses that can disrupt at this time of year. And all 3 have playmakers outside the quarterback that can take over a game. The Cowboys are real. The question will be, are they real in January, and do they believe that?
Shawn Salsbury with us. So when you look at Purdy and Prescott, their numbers are almost a wash. They're 50 yards apart passing. They both complete passes at about a 70% rate. Their quarterback rating is 1/10 of a point off of each other. It's ridiculous how close they are. They have the one head-to-head matchup where the Niners obviously won. They're both 10-3. So I'll ask you, season ends today. Who's got your MVP vote?
I'm still leaning towards Purdy, but the crazy thing about it is, Dave, is that what you get when you look at the numbers like I did and you just stated, isn't it going to come down to best player on number 1 seed?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, and it will literally come down. Let's say they're both like this and you get to the game 17 and they're both battling for home field advantage, and one throws for 390, the other throws for 270. You know who's going to win it. And I will say, here's how I do believe. I believe if the 50 voters today, I believe they vote. But when we got the LeBron winning them, okay, let's give it now. Now we got to lean towards, Giannis got his. He got a couple. Now it's Jokic's turn. The truth is, you could have given it to Jokic again last year, and what'd they do? Joel Embiid got his, right? Didn't Embiid win it last year?
Yeah.
So I don't want to say it's fatigue, but we like to do that, even though somebody like Jokic could win it every year. LeBron could have won it every year and still could. So I think it's the same thing here. He's been taking criticism and some praise longer than Purdy has. And I feel like they'll say, after all he's done, been through the injury, the Cowboys, America's team, I believe that they would favor and give the MVP to Prescott, and rightfully so. I don't think you could argue if the season ended today that Prescott wins the MVP complete. And I do think that people feel like Purdy has a few more weapons on the offensive side, and he does.
Yeah.
Debo and Ayuk and
Kittle, McCaffrey.
Kittle. And yeah, they're McCaffrey. They're loaded. So I would think it would go. I still lean Purdy, but I don't know how you can in a tough division as well. Both have other teams in the division, at least one that can beat you. That can compete with you. Philadelphia and Seattle's got their moments as well in the West. So for me, I'd lean towards Purdy, but right now I understand why Prescott would get it. And if it stays like this, I believe Prescott would win it, because I think that there's that feeling of compassion of, not that you're feeling sorry for him, but that the guy has taken a lot of flack and he's overcome it to be put in this situation, coordinator change, all that. Yeah, I would think that Prescott, if things continue the way they are and they're tied at the end and their numbers are equivalent, Prescott's going to win it. Although what Purdy's doing to me and 13 yards per attempt last week, it's nothing short of phenomenal. Either one of them can win it. I think they're the two front runners right now.
Sean, one thing league-wide want to ask you about, like we hear officials or heard the statement a lot, you could call holding on every play. They don't call holding on every play. Well, in the Chiefs game with the Bills, we get a neutral zone infraction where literally Tony was in the neutral zone area. But was that an official mistake? Do we blame that strictly on Tony? Should that have been called? Kind of your opinion on just that whole sequence that got some controversy.
Well, I'll ask you guys first, and then was he offsides?
He was.
Yeah.
Then that's a penalty. Yes. This isn't like, well, it was kind of, did they foul him or did they not? This is a controllable penalty. That's why it's all on the Chiefs. This had 0. And I know what people say, well, they didn't call it in the Miami-Pittsburgh game earlier in the year, what have you. Well, this ain't the Miami-Pittsburgh game. It's not the same officiating crew. They lined up. It's an important game. And for Mahomes to say, and we accept his apology, not that big a deal. He went off, he's passionate. I love the fact that he's passionate, but to say it had no bearing on the play, okay, great. But if you would have thrown an interception in the game and Buffalo would have been lined up a yard or a half a yard offsides, even though the player didn't have anything to do with the play, you would have said, wait a minute, we should get that back. So it just depends on what fan base you are and what player you're. Of course you didn't like it called. He lined up blatantly offsides. The side judge couldn't see the football, and it's on him because you have to ask. You don't get that luxury with a holding penalty or a pass interference. Hey, let me know when I go up in midair. We're going to suspend ourselves, and I'll check with you if I'm allowed to grab it. Here, all you got to do is look at the side judge and say, am I onside or offsides? And so you're a football player in the league. We learned this in the 5th grade. Check with the official. He'll tell you whether you're on or offsides. It's on Kansas City. It's on other players for not checking Tony. It's on Tony for not doing it right. Yes, it was close, but a half yard or a foot, you're still offside. So all this, well, you can't call it. Yeah, you can, because if you score a touchdown like they did and then you were offside, well, it saves Buffalo. We're not going to get them all right. They're going to miss. And the refs are taking flack in some cases because they've had a rough year. They've had a rough couple years. But the fact is they got this one right. This is 100% unequivocal, no questions asked, the right call, and on Kansas City, not on the referees, not on Buffalo. And Kansas City needs to come to grips with the fact they lost, and they lost the touchdown because the receiver couldn't control a controllable penalty. Line up on side. It's 5th grade football IQ. That's on him and nobody else.
That's Shawn Salsbury each and every Tuesday, just after 8 a.m. right here on Sactown Sports. Brother, appreciate you. Have a wonderful week. Can't wait to talk more football and other stuff with you next week, as always.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
That is Shawn Salsbury, bringing the fire, man.
Yes.
Always bringing the fire, much like our friends at Fire Wings bring the fire each and every day. With Wing Day Wednesday looming tomorrow, you got another Kings game tonight. Don't cook. Don't do it. Go to your locally owned, locally operated Fire Wings and grab yourself 1, 2, 3, or 4 even of the 21 different flavors Fire Wings offers, bone-in, boneless. And on top of that, you can get yourself the garlic ramen. You can get yourself the seasoned fries. There's just so many different things they offer. I want you to go to firewings.com, not just to find the location nearest you, but also check out that menu. You can order right now, and you can pick it up whenever. Lunch, dinner, 5 p.m., 8 p.m. Do what you got to do. Firewings.com. Find the location nearest you. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Firewings, just wing it. Jason and I talked after the break, or before the last break, White flag from me. The voice is all but gone. Jason's going to slide over into this chair and finish out the rest of the program while I go home and mainline honey and chamomile tea. So my apologies. Torch is yours, Jay Ross. We will be right back with 4 Down Territory next.
Will Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers brass go all the way this season? Could the Niners win their first Super Bowl since 1995? Join us throughout the season to hear all the games and all the analysis on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install a new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
Got a drain that's clogged up? Or maybe a toilet? Or a faucet that just won't quit leaking? Kenny and Jerry are here from Bell Brothers, and we want you to know that it does make a difference which plumber you call.
At Bell Brothers, we respect your time by showing up when we say we'll be there. Our technicians are all background checked and drug tested, and will greet you with a smile.
They're trained to do the job right the first time, and they carry over 1,000 parts on their trucks, so they won't have to order something and then come back later.
They leave the work area cleaner than they found it, and your final bill will be the same as they quoted. That's why they call us the No Surprise Guys.
So if you need a plumber, it does make a difference who you call. Call Bell Brothers. Our number is 916-444-1234, or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com. That's 916-444-1234, or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
As we come together to celebrate the end of this long year, Stockton Honda has savings to bring us all cheer. Happy Honda Day savings and selection galore. Stockton Honda's online express purchase and great people give you more.
Save on 400 new Hondas at Stockton Honda during Happy Honda Days. Shop in person or online with our express purchase option.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Get ready for the Gin Blossoms at Gold Country Casino Resort. Get your tickets now at goldcountrycasino.com. The Gin Blossoms. January 13th at 8 p.m. Only at
Gold Country Casino Resort.
Must be 21 or older.
Right now, the sewer system is probably the last thing on your mind. And that's okay, because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. If you have a sewer problem like a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Was another big Kings win last night. Record-setting win, historic win for the Sacramento Kings. Knocking down 25 franchise record made threes. Great thing about that record, it will be broken. I feel comfortable to say it will be broken. Maybe even tonight. Maybe even this week, maybe later this season. But the Kings have been flirting with that record. Scoring! And they smashed it. Went 2 past it last night. And we'll see what they're able to do tonight. Kings and Clippers tonight. Again, as your Dave mentioned before the break, he was fighting it. That voice it was leaving him. So Dave.
From the very beginning. From the beginning
of the show. He actually made it longer than I thought he would. And then I thought to the point, well, he might make it all the way through, but I could tell the segment before Shawn, he's like, yeah, I'm battling. Shawn's a good talker. He'll be able to go for a while. He did. And so we got the last 90 minutes for you here. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud coming up. Styles and Watkins. Chris Watkins is back. We got to hear Tales of Vegas from Chris today. That's coming up. We still have Niners at 9. Who's hot, who's not. Much more on the Kings win last night. And a look ahead to the Kings and Clippers tonight. Also, we're reached that quarter of the season, the quarter of the season, the 20 game mark, now 21, and people are doing their grades. CBS, but I didn't think they were very fair to the Sacramento Kings. We'll explain that. Maybe I'm being not as fair on them. We'll see. We'll explain that coming up in the 9 o'clock hour as well. But it is that time for 4 Down territory.
On the move.
I am on the move. We're on the move to 4 down territory.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
That was not supposed to fire.
Okay.
Now we're good?
Sure.
All right, Christopher Laud. What do you got for us in 4 down territory? What's first down?
Name your top 5 teams in the NFL after 14 weeks.
All right, the 5th team is the most difficult because maybe 4th and 5th, but I'm keeping the Eagles in there even after the loss. They've had 2 losses in a row. The teams that would be around 5, I think all had disappointing losses this week. The Chiefs, the Dolphins, the Lions. Then are you looking at, the Bills, the Browns? Trying to find that 5th team to me is difficult. I'm going to still keep the Chiefs there reluctantly, but I don't feel great about that. I'm going to have the Chiefs at 5, the Eagles at 4. So teams that have lost recently here, a couple games. The Ravens at 3. I've moved the Cowboys all the way up to number 2. And number 1 still. 49ers. I mean, the 49ers, unequivocally to me, when they play their best, they are number 1. Oh, there's Stephen A's at the same time. What did I have? Oh, we're close. I had Chiefs 5. Oh, no, who's he missing?
The Eagles.
Oh, he took the Eagles out. So his is Dolphins, Chiefs, Ravens, Cowboys, Niners. All right, mine's Chiefs, Eagles, Ravens, Cowboys, Niners. Okay. Not far off. That is my top 5. But unequivocally, if the Niners are healthy, Niners play at their best, they're the best football team. I feel 100% comfortable in that. But the teams to watch out for, still, I think too many people have been down on Dallas. It's a good football team. They have a good defense, as Sean mentioned. Their offense has been clicking. At home, they've been lethal. And if the knock is they haven't beaten anybody, well, this last week they did, and you can only play your schedule. Now, the next 4 weeks are going to prove what Dallas is worth with Buffalo, Miami, Detroit, and Washington to close out their season. All right, that's first down. How about second down?
Name your bottom 5 teams in the NFL after 14 weeks.
Oh, the bottom 5. There's always somebody near the bottom that's dragging things down and ruining everything for everybody. It was so much easier when the New England Patriots were struggling. I don't care about your struggling. They were really bad. They did get a win last week. Yippee! But they're still a bad football team. So the bottom of my list, I'd have to look at teams still like the Panthers. Now go back to dead last at 32. The Commanders are falling fast. Let's see. I'm going to go Panthers 32, Patriots 31, Commanders 30. The Chargers, man, they have been brutal. I'm going to put them as the 4th worst team. And then I'm still going to put the Cardinals down there. They had a bye week. They got to be punished. But, some of the teams at the bottom, the Titans, the Giants, they got wins last night. So, my bottom 5 I'm looking at, again, Panthers, Patriots, Commanders, Chargers, Cardinals, but the worst being the 1-12 Panthers. They've been eliminated. Patriots have been eliminated. Niners, the first team to get in to the postseason. All right, what about third down?
This week, we have football on Thursday, 3 games on Saturday, the Sunday slate, and Monday. Is this too much NFL or just right?
What do you think, Chris? Is it just right?
Oh, it's too much.
Too much?
It's screwing up the red zone.
Because we don't have enough games to choose from on Sunday?
Yeah.
And the 3 Saturday are spread out, so they're not all going together. They're 3 different times, which makes sense. Saturday games always kind of throw me off. I know they do it after college football season is over. Let's see who we even have this Saturday. So Thursday this week, we got Chargers, Raiders. Woo! Saturday, Vikings, Bengals. Steelers, Colts. Broncos, Lions. Who would have thought the Broncos, Lions would be the best game of that trio? But then your Sunday morning, you have a little bit less games to choose from. Cowboys, Bills, probably the best game Sunday afternoon. Yeah. It's what's different. What are we not accustomed to? The Saturday part. And we get it at the end of the year. And again, 2 Monday night games last night. The NFL's, they're trying hard. We're watching your sport. You've got us. You don't have to inundate us every single night. Sometimes having a night off is good. And I think the charm of the NFL, why it works so well, Chris, too, is why the regular season every week feels so important. It's because you have the 1 game a week. So you can regroup and go, oh, man, I don't have 4 games to watch this week. Or baseball, they play all 7 days this week. And you got 1 game for your team. It's easier to regroup. So it's probably a little too much with the Saturday games. Again, I'll watch them, but leave it as what we normally have. All right, how about fourth down?
Who had the worst loss last night? Dolphins or Packers?
Oh, man. Damaging losses really for both teams. I mean, if you think about what happened to the Dolphins, the way they blew that game, like they were in a position to get the win, and then this happened.
And the resilient Titans beat the team that everyone thought might put up 70 again tonight. They didn't. They put up 27, and it was their defense that did it, and it was not enough. Final score from Hard Rock Stadium, Tennessee 28, Miami 27.
Yeah, the answer is the Dolphins. Both teams needed wins. Packers trying to keep pressure on the Lions, trying to keep their presence felt in the NFC playoff picture, but the Dolphins were playing for a lot more. Let's go to their coach, Mike McDaniel. I'm giving you the worst loss. Your thoughts?
It was a legitimate team loss. I think everybody had their hand in it. I don't think it was intentional. I don't think people went through the motions during the week. It was a really, really good week of practice, I thought.
Yeah, you're 9-3 going into the game. Odds are you're going to beat the Tennessee Titans to get to 10-3. Going into the week, if you're a Dolphins fan, you're thinking, look, get to 10-3. Bills will likely lose to Kansas City. They'll be 6-7. We're going to wrap this division up. Well, you lose a game at home that you shouldn't. Bills, I don't know that they shouldn't win in Kansas City, but that was going to be a tough game. They won. Now the door's back open for the Bills to catch the Miami Dolphins. And so that game, the last week of the season, they play each other in Miami. Could be for the division, could be for bragging rights. Plus, the other thing is the Dolphins said they won that game. They would have been at the 10-win mark, joining Baltimore. No other team right now is at 9 in the NFC. So really a damaging loss for the Miami Dolphins. All right, break time for us. When we come back, we ask who's hot. We ask who's not. We'll look back at our predictions going into the Kings and Nets game. How good were we on that? And we've got to do a 3 in the key for tonight for the Kings and Clippers. And Dave, before he left, I already asked him his, so we've got his input for that. Chris will share his and mine. We've got all that coming up as we continue here on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Hey there, listen up, Sacramento. Ready to make this holiday season unforgettable? Well, we've got something that'll have you jingling all the way. Picture this, a brand new 2024 Kia Forte LXS for only $279 per month plus tax with no money down. No, I did not stutter. No money down. That's right. Zip, zero, nada. Elk Grove Kia is spreading the joy this Christmas, and we're making it easier than ever for you to drive home in style. So why wait? I will say it again. Head on down to Elk Grove Kia and drive home your new 2024 Kia Forte LXS today with absolutely no money down. Elk Grove Kia is your go-to destination for top-notch quality and unbeatable service. Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or go to elkgrovekia.com. $279 plus tax, zero customer cash to signing. Full of 10,000 per lane, 250 lease, and 10K per year. Costs per mile over 0 security. Enter 1 subject to requires
Elk Grove Kia.
Discover your dream home at Subcontractors United, your source for all home improvement needs. A talented team of home services experts is ready to make your projects a breeze. No more endless internet searches. Find your contractors in one place. Enjoy stress-free service absolutely free, with no hidden costs and no account to set up. Transform your living space into something extraordinary. Visit Subcontractors United today and experience the joy of hassle-free home improvement. Dream big at subcontractorsunited.com.
Does your dog leave frowny piles of poo around the yard? Did you know that a solid poo is one of the best indicators of your dog's gut health? Supreme Source Super Premium Dog Food is made with organic super seaweed and other powerful antioxidants, supporting a healthy digestive system. Real protein is always the first ingredient, plus a blend of essential vitamins and minerals to help support your dog's overall health and well-being. Do their digestion a solid, literally. Find Supreme Source Premium Dog Food at Safeway, Save Mart, and Smart & Final, or a local grocery store near you.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's happening for the Chrysler's Wrap Up the Year sales event?
This month, you can save up to $16,500 off MSRP on 2023 Ram 1500 crew cabs. With over 600 new Ram trucks available, your perfect new truck is waiting for you at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. Plus, no payments for 90 days.
And what about those brand new Dodge Hornets everyone's talking about?
This month, you can lease a new 2024 Dodge Hornet RT plug-in hybrid for only $199 a month for 27 months. That's over $5,500 in total savings.
Now's the best time to get the vehicle you need at Hoblet. Search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
16,500 total net savings after 10,261 factory rebates and 6,239 dealer discount. Sample VIN 699991. Rebates include 1,000 case equipment cash. Must have purchased qualifying case equipment from authorized dealer and 500 first responder cash for members of eligible first responder association only. No payment for 90 days on approved credit through Chrysler Capital. 5,500 total net savings after 2,000 factory rebates and 3,500 dealer discount. 27-month lease with 3,995 due at signing plus tax and license fees on approved credit through Ally Financial. 7,500 max miles per year, 25 cents per mile for excess miles. 20 of each net savings.
Amazon will be delivering packages to your house. Let Amazon deliver customers to your business. If that sounds good and you want more in 2024, simply text digital to 916-766-5105.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
All right, is that time on the show for Who's Hot, Who Is Not? Christopher Laud, let's start with that first question. Who's hot?
Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, they are. In what way?
They had a franchise record, 25 threes. They shot 25 of 45 from behind the arc. De'Aaron Fox and Trey Lyles led the team in threes. Fox was 5 of 10. Lyles was 5 of 6 from off the bench.
That is hot. Let's hear the tying three by HB.
Swings to Mikal Bridges, working on Keegan Murray. He's at the three-point arc, drives it inside, wraparound pass, deflected and stolen by Sabonis. Gives it up to Fox. Kings push 2-on-2. Fox to the right corner. Here comes Trey Lyles from the corner. Shovels to Sabonis in the paint. Kicks to the near corner. Harrison for three. Oh, you hope from a Sacramento standpoint that could be a dagger, as they've now tied the franchise record for threes made in a game at 23. They lead 121-104.
Well, that was the tie. Chris mentioned they broke the record. Who would do it? It was Keegan.
Runs into a double team, forced to give it up. Swings to the corner. Keegan Murray sets a franchise record as he knocks down the 24th three-pointer of the night. Keegan Murray, his fourth triple in 4 attempts, has 22 points. A season-high 36 assists now for Sacramento.
And then Trey Lyles was the final one. So, Chris, 25 made threes by the Kings. That makes them hot.
Very hot.
Well, how about the other side of things? Who's not?
The Detroit Pistons.
Why would you say that about the Detroit Pistons?
The segment might have to change from Who's Hot, Who's the Detroit Pistons.
Yes.
Because they lost 131-123 for their 20th loss in a row last night. That's currently tied for 9th. Longest losing streak in the NBA and 1 away from their franchise record of 21 losses in a row.
You know who's thanking them?
The San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, they've lost 17 in a row and nobody cares.
Imagine losing 17 in a row and you're not the worst team in the NBA.
What were the Spurs at their peak? Okay, that game where they ripped the hearts away from... Oh, no, it was the game before that. So they beat Phoenix in those 2 games in a row to go to 3-2.
This kid Wembanyama sure did change this franchise around.
Watch out for them. And now it's 17 in a row. 3-19. The Pistons were 2-1. And now it's 20 in a row. Each team is now in a little scheduling pod coming up. Let's look at the schedule. Chris, when will Detroit win? Obviously, they're not going to be favored in any of these games. So the next 2 games, Philadelphia and Philadelphia, home and home.
Is it home and home or home and away?
Sorry, home and away, but 2 games with them. At Milwaukee after that. on a second night of a back-to-back. At Atlanta. Oh, man. Home for Utah? Maybe. Then at Brooklyn. Home for Brooklyn. At Boston. Toronto. At Houston. Then they come west. I hope they have won. Will they have won before the Kings play them on January 9th?
Yes.
Yeah, they will.
But it would be very fun if they didn't lose and then the Kings beat them, because who's next?
After San Antonio? Oh, there it is. San Antonio. Is there a chance that you've done your research. Is there a chance that San Antonio could lose all the way there? Did you look at their schedule?
I didn't see their schedule.
All right, let's see what San Antonio can do, because, look, they were at 1.3-2. When do they play Phoenix again? They've owned them. So they have got losers of 17 in a row. San Antonio has the Lakers. Those are both in San Antonio. New Orleans. Then they go at Milwaukee, at Chicago, at Dallas. Okay, they got 2 road games in late December in Portland. They might be able to get one of those. Yeah, wow. Poor guys. That's who's hot. That's who's not. Kings were hot, though. They got it going beyond the arc. They got the win. Credit to Brooklyn, because I felt like they were hanging around there. They did a really good job. But in the end, Sacramento found the way to get it done. Lots of guys played well. Keegan Murray had some great moments. Good to see him hit 4 threes, 4 for 4, 24 points. He joined the TV crew post-game talking about the win.
Keegan Murray joining us here. Keegan, you're on with Drapes, Mo, and Chelsea Gray. 24 tonight for you, my man. What did it take to get this one done tonight against the Nets?
This was from the run. What'd you say? Yeah.
You got me? Yeah. What did it take to get this win tonight against the Brooklyn Nets?
We knew that they're a good defensive team, especially the last 7 games, and we knew a point of emphasis was to spread them out, and we knew we had to hit open shots, and that was the point of emphasis, and we did that tonight.
Keegan, you guys had 38 assists. What does a win like this show you guys?
Yeah, just what we're capable of. I feel like we kind of put it all together tonight offensively, and we've been kind of waiting on that. So that was a good feeling for sure.
Yeah, Keegan, great game tonight. What do you think about you guys' defense and how you guys were able to limit their 3-point shot attempts?
Yeah, I think especially in the first quarter, allowing 18 points, that kind of sets a tone, and we kind of got lackadaisical in the second quarter. But just being able to put that, just being able to kind of see what we're capable of on defense is for sure a good feeling.
Keegan, you had 4 triples tonight, if I'm correct. 24 points, 25 threes as a team. But I think the play I'm going to be talking about tomorrow is that baseline dunk. Take me through that, man. How good did that one feel?
I've just been getting more comfortable finishing at the basket, and just obviously it's a good feeling to obviously finish that one. So that was kind of the exclamation point, I think.
And like Kyle mentioned, a new franchise record tonight. What was working so well from beyond the arc?
Just ball movement. I feel like a lot of guys got open shots. Trey early on, I got open in the third quarter. Fox hit a lot of big shots. So just a lot of open shots, good ball movement.
All right, my man. Congrats on that win. We'll see you tomorrow in Los Angeles.
All right, thank you.
All right, there was the TV crew with Keegan Murray. There's
My favorite part of that is you can't see it, but when they were talking to him and they're about to light the beam, he's like, not paying attention, just checking out the beam.
He's watching the beam. I always wonder about that because, and I said it earlier, because we didn't air the Sabonis post-game interview with G-Man. Audio just ended up being it was so loud. And I always wonder, those guys, like, they can hear that. They're looking at it. I'm sure they get distracted. But even Keegan kind of laughed at something else. And sometimes there's so many times where people come up and, like, fist bump or hug you when you're on those things. But, yeah, I think everybody wants to watch the beam. That's still a cool moment. Why not, right?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? All right, let's look back at how we did on our Pick 3, our predictions for last night's game, as well as a Pick 3 for tonight. So, here we go. Wrote these down yesterday. All right, we asked me, you, and Dave yesterday the fourth quarter points for De'Aaron Fox. He was coming off that game where he had 23 career-high fourth quarter points. Dave said he'd have 9. I said 12. Chris, you said 13. Fox had 6. in the big third quarter, so Dave technically wins that one. We asked the largest lead for each team, the Nets and the Kings. Dave said the Nets would have a 13-point lead. The Kings would have 15. I said Nets 7, Kings 11. Chris, you said a close game all along. Nets 4, Kings 8. Well, the Nets never led, so it was 0, and the Kings' largest lead was 21. All right. And the last thing we asked for a random stat. Dave said Trey Lyles would get into it with someone. I think that happened last night. JaVale was close. I said Sabonis would have a triple-double. I was way off. 15 points, 16 boards, and 9 assists. So ashamed. Chris, though, you said Keegan Murray would have 4 threes or more. 4 threes. It was 4 for 4.
Huh.
You got it.
Huh.
But can you back it up with predictions for today?
Of course I can.
You don't know these categories. I've already asked them to Dave. I have mine inputted already. Since the Kings, Chris. Oh, yeah. Got to get it right. Since the Kings set a franchise record for made three-pointers yesterday, we're asking that same question today. How many made threes for Sacramento? Dave said there'll be 19 tonight. I said 15. Chris?
I'm going to say 14.
14. Okay. Next up, we are looking for the bench scoring leader in points for either team. Dave said it'll be Malik Monk with 21. I said it's going to be the Clippers' Norman Powell with 17.
I'm going to say Monk with 19.
I love for Lyles for many of us. Monk 19, but I can't Monk. All right, lastly, random stats. Let's see. Dave's was Murray will outplay Kawhi Leonard. And I said, yeah, we'll kind of know what that means. Like, when we look at it. I said Sabonis will foul out. All right. What do you have, Chris?
I'm going to say there will be 2 or more technicals tonight.
2 or more T's. Non-specific. Could be Clippers, could be Kings, could be coaches, could be
Could be a
players.
1-and-1.
Yeah.
Could be a
That's
dumb
always
fan
a
running
weak
on the
when
court.
Who?
Could be a dumb fan running on the court.
And they get a T?
Uh-huh.
Has a fan ever got it? Who shoots the free throws?
Yeah, that's a good. I'm sure. I'm positive that a fan has gotten a technical.
How?
Huh?
They just get booted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, isn't there like a thing where like, hey, if you don't stop, the team
It could
will
be
get,
the
like,
home team gets one, yeah. You know, after Pop got on that microphone, if they kept saying stuff.
Man, you would think like me as a coach, I always knew you don't tell people do not do this because that's the first thing that they're going to do.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, don't touch this plate. It's hot. I every time touch the plate. Every time.
As a kid, I touched it with my chin.
You did?
Yeah.
And
my mom came, she's like, do not touch this. This is very hot. So I didn't touch it.
Yeah.
I just put my chin next to it.
And you're like, oh, confirmed. It's hot. It's oh yeah. Yeah, it's hot. Why? Just had to confirm it. Make sure it is. All right, break time for us coming up. We've got our final hour. More on the Kings' victory last night, and they're right back at it tonight. They play the Clippers, but when we come back, Niners at 9, the path for the 1 seed. Can they get it over the Lions, the Eagles, the Cowboys? We got their schedules and how the Niners have to do it. That is next.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis. Put the frosting on the cake. Put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a 2-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
The year might be coming to a close, but Indeed's end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you have a game plan for COVID-19? Prescription oral treatments must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms, even if mild. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Red Hawk Resort Casino is an entertainment experience like no other. We're the only place where you can play blackjack, then hop on an indoor car track. We're the only place with more than 2,000 of the hottest slots and a state-of-the-art 18-lane bowling center. And now with a world-class sports bar and a resort hotel to stay after you play. Is it any wonder we've been voted best over 100 times? We're Red Hawk Resort Casino, official casino partner of the Sacramento Kings.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Now listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and myself the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Get your vehicle ready for the holiday driving season at Jiffy Lube today. Oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. For more information, go to jiffylube.com.
Yep, 'tis the season. Hi, if you're like me, you take pride in your gift giving. Well, I've got a terrific idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift free from the Good Feet store. If you have someone on your list who's on their feet all day, has sore feet, knee, hip, or back pain, or even plantar fasciitis, maybe needs an energy boost, or just wants to maintain their active lifestyle, a Good Feet arch support gift card could be the perfect gift.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
This holiday season, visit Boot Barn for top quality gifts that pay tribute to the lasting heritage of the West. From handcrafted cowboy boots and American-made felt hats to hand-stitched leather jackets, our in-store experts will help guide you as you shop, assisting with boot fitting and providing complimentary hat shaping. This holiday, share a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level. Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
The Nets have not lost 3 straight to Sacramento in 16 years. That is about to change in the next 3 seconds. Your final score tonight, in front of another sellout crowd of 17,794, 131-118, as the Kings improve their record to 13-8 and kick off this stretch where they're playing 7 of the next 8 on the home floor. The home record now stands at 7-3.
And it's back-to-back for Sacramento tonight. They're in Los Angeles against the Clippers. We'll preview that game here in our final hour. Welcome back to the show. Jason Ross here with you, Christopher Lott as well. Carmichael Dave was here. He's been battling that sickness, and he actually felt fine, but the voice was just giving out. So he was here till about 8:30. We'll bring you home here for the final hour of the show. Again, Styles and Watkins coming in this final hour. Much more on the Kings throughout this hour. But it is 9 o'clock, and it is that time to give you Niners at 9. Each and every day we like to focus in on the San Francisco 49ers, the NFL's best team. I said it. I believe it. They prove it more times than not that they're the best team. people can counter and say they're not. I would be curious as to why. They've had different stretches of win streaks. They opened the season at 5-0, lost 3. Now they won 5 in a row again. They played the Cardinals, Ravens, Commanders, and Rams to finish out. When they've been fully healthy and when they've had kind of the games on their terms, who's beating them? And I think if you look at just different times this year, I love the first game of the year, the first half against the Steelers, the dominant 4-quarter performance against the Cowboys, really a complete game against the Jags. Seattle's first game up there, I think they were really good for a good half of that game. All of the Eagles, after the first quarter of the Eagles game. This last weekend was more of a grind, but here they are setting their season high in yards. Beating the Seahawks, tough to beat a team twice in the season, but they did that now after beating the Seahawks 3 times last year. Separating themselves in the division with last night's loss by the Green Bay Packers, the San Francisco 49ers officially in to the postseason. But on Niners at 9 today, we're focusing in on the 1 seed. How do they get it? What's the roadmap? Because there's competition. And if we look at the teams with an outside chance of getting it, I'm only looking at 3 teams here of getting the 1 seed, and that's all in play with the Niners already at 10 wins. Take the team, the Detroit Lions, who really had a damaging loss this last week to the Chicago Bears. Now, the Niners and Lions don't play each other, so there's not going to be a head-to-head comparison. But here's the Lions' remaining schedule at 9-4. They've got Denver this week, who suddenly has become a nuisance for a lot of teams. I mean, Denver's truly, a feel-good story in the NFL. The where they were to where they are now, completely different. Quality wins. They're ugly wins, but they're wins. That's what Denver's doing, is winning ugly, but they're winning. And remember, this team gave up 70 to the Dolphins earlier in this year. Same squad. But Denver at Minnesota, who enters this week 2 games back, at Dallas, and then home for Minnesota. Detroit's got to worry about winning their division. The Vikings can catch them. The Vikings somehow won that game over the Raiders this last weekend, 3-0. Talk about winning ugly, but they won. Detroit has been good at times, has some good wins, has some head-scratching losses. And I don't think in the end that Detroit will be able to run the table. And if they do, it gives the Niners a little bit of wiggle room if we're just talking about a Detroit versus San Francisco winning the 1 seed. But I think there's another loss or 2 ahead for Detroit. So I don't think they will legitimately be a team that can get the 1 seed. But I think they'll be a playoff team and still a team to worry about come postseason. But this conversation right now is the path to the 1 seed. All right, so that's Detroit, 9-4. Games remaining. Denver at Minnesota, at Dallas, home for Minnesota. 4 games left for the Eagles, who just a few weeks ago, number 1 team. How do you catch them? Niners were a couple back. They played them, beat them, pulled within 1. Cowboys helped out with a win this week. And here we go. You got the Eagles at 10-3. Here's what they have left. Now, they have just gone through that journey of a brutal, brutal schedule. And actually, for their part, did okay through it. Had some scares that they survived, but the stretch they were just in included the Dolphins. They beat by 2 scores. The Commanders, who they've had trouble with, but that's still a league team on the road. The Cowboys, who they beat by 5. The Chiefs, who they came back to defeat at Arrowhead by 4. Beat the Bills by 3. That was a great game. And then lost these last 2 weeks to the Niners and Cowboys. So they've been through that journey, but their record going into the week, same as the 49ers, 10-3. So their path to the 1 seed. At Seattle this week. Always tough to play up there against the 12, right? We know that. Home for the Giants, home for Arizona, and at the Giants. I don't think there's a lot of difficulty as far as teams that they play. Maybe Seattle, that's the best team they play. It's still the National Football League. We know anybody can beat anybody. But just kind of looking at that journey, there's a decent chance that the Eagles end up 14-3, maybe 13-4. But if we give them the best case scenario and they win out, now the 49ers know they've got to win out. So Eagles at 10-3, finish up at Seattle, home for the Giants, home for Arizona, and at the Giants. And you guys can certainly on the text line or our YouTube chat kind of tell me how many wins you think those teams have coming up. All right, now let's go to the Cowboys. Suddenly a team that I think for too long this year was kind of disregarded by people. I thought inaccurately, but they were. Again, 7-0 at home. A great win this last weekend over the Eagles. They've won 5 in a row. They are 10-3. And so since losing to the Eagles by 5 in Philly, they've run off wins against the Giants, the Panthers, the Commanders. Maybe not impressed you that much. Seahawks and Eagles. And at home, they've been dominant. They've got a great offense. One of the MVP leaders and candidates for Dak Prescott. A good defense, too, but a great offense. A lot of things in the NFL. You look at point differential. Well, they have the best in the National Football League at plus 188. The Niners, number 2 at plus 175. Dallas, their remaining journey. I think of the 4 teams we're talking about, Lions, Eagles, Cowboys, Niners, is the most difficult to go. And talk about earning it. If they went out, they would do it. They've got at Buffalo this weekend. At Miami after that. Home for Detroit. We mentioned that game. That could be critical. And then at Washington. So Dallas, to me, also, if they won out, could get to 14 wins. Niners know they've got the head-to-head on them. Niners know they got the head-to-head on the Eagles. So the most important thing for San Francisco is to, at a minimum, match the Cowboys or Eagles. If they do that, they're in good shape. They'll have the 1 seed. Obviously, the Niners control their own destiny. They're the first team in the postseason. And here's what they have remaining. At Arizona this week, you don't want to disregard them. Kyler Murray this time is playing. It is a division opponent that knows you well, but you've got to believe the Niners would be able to win down there. Not an incredibly difficult place to play. Christmas Day, Baltimore. Another very good football team. Likes to run the ball, control the ball. Lamar Jackson's a dangerous weapon. And it's Christmas, just weird quirks, just schedules. Now, the Niners are home. A lot of distractions going on, but they've got to be laser focused, locked in on that one. After that, at Washington, going across country, and then finish up with division rival Rams. The road is there. It's really in their control. That's a good spot to be in. You needed help. You got the help. You've already done that part. Now it's on you. I've said you're the best team. I don't think they have to have the 1 seed to win the Super Bowl, to get to the Super Bowl. They don't need it. I think it would be a preferred path for multiple reasons. 1 less game. Just take off 1 less game of wear and tear while everyone else is beating each other up in the wild card weekend. You're resting, you're watching, and you get to know and preview and get your game plan right, scout who you're going to play, get bodies healthy, and give yourself the best chance to make the run that you want. And this team wants to end this thing with a trophy. That truly will be the way that it's deemed successful. It's been a good year. And I don't like to use the term is it either championship or failure? I mean, that to me is so drastic, but they're not going to be content or happy with a 14-3 and an NFC championship appearance. That would be great. Those are all good things. And it doesn't mean the window's closed, but this organization is different than some of these others. The Cowboys are like this. The Lions would accept that, right? Detroit would be happy with that. Now, everybody wants to win the whole thing, but Detroit would be like, all right, it's a good year. We're starting something. Can't wait for next season. The 49ers aren't in that spot. They're not a team like that. When you've had success, when you've been close to the last couple of years, you've got to break through. The Chiefs aren't like that. If the Chiefs went out and then 12-5 and get to the AFC Championship and lose, they're not, we're cool with that. They're trying to win as many championships as possible. So the Niners are in that position where they need to win it, want to win it. And with Arizona, Baltimore, Washington, and the Rams, the destiny is in their hands. They've already made the postseason. Now they got to hold off these other teams. Back up the talk that you're the best team, that you've got the MVP candidate, front runner. You're the betting favorite, and I expect them to continue to show it, including this week. All right, that's Niners at 9. When we come back, right back to the Kings. What a night it was last night, but tonight they're right back at it against a team that they lost to already, the Clippers. We'll preview that game and tell you what some of the others are saying about the Kings so far through a quarter of the season. That is next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave asking you, are you feeling the pain of paying more and more for your gas? PG&E has increased their rates 4 times in the last 5 years, and the new forecast says PG&E customers may see their bills increase 32% by 2026. The good thing is there are steps you can take to protect yourself from these rate hikes, and better yet, American Energy may be able to help you completely eliminate your gas bill with a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. Did you know SMUD offers huge rebates to eliminate your old gas guzzler? They can help you guide through the whole process. Seriously, listen to me. You go to the SMUD website. There's tons of rebates available, but it is confusing on how to do it. Listen to these rebates. $2,500 from American Energy, $3,500 from SMUD, $1,000 from Caltech, $2,000 home system upgrades. That's $9,000 in rebates. Let American Energy help you out at 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Fade, bleed, black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
The Beam, it was lit last night. Looked great leaving the arena. Kings got the win. Some great moments in the game like this from Malik Monk.
Monk starts left, goes right, up and down, move to the rack. Oh, what a drive to the basket. Playing beautifully, Malik Monk. Brought to you by Dialpad, where you talk, message, and meet in one beautiful app. Sign. Here's a pass that's stolen by Monk. Kings run 3-on-1. Monk sets up the alley-oop. Trey Lyles with a finish. 107-90. Biggest lead of the night. Boy, Kings fans are having fun right now in a big second-half explosion against Brooklyn.
Yeah, Sacramento prevailed 131-118. Some of the highlights and notes from the game. The Kings set a franchise record 25 made three-pointers, breaking the old mark of 23, which they did last season, technically this calendar year back in January against Orlando. 29 points for Fox. He did most of his damage in the third. Keegan had 24. He also had a big third. 21 for Monk. You get a near triple-double from Sabonis. Barnes added 14, 17 off the bench for Trey Lyles. Never trailed in the game. Nets got it down to as close as 4. Kings built the lead up to 21 and ultimately win this one 131-118. So now 13-8. Again, just churning out the season. This is a stretch of 8 games over 13 days before Christmas for the Kings. Most of them are at home. Tonight they're in LA. We're going to talk about that game in a moment. They battle the Clippers. But Kings got it done last night. Only the second game they've played against an Eastern Conference team. That was the fewest of anybody across conferences. So they'd beaten the Cavs at Golden One Center. Now they beat the Nets at Golden One Center. So Nets are good. That was a good win. I hope people appreciate that win for the Kings. That's a good basketball team they defeated. And so Sacramento sends the Nets to 12-10. Kings now 13-8. Before we get back into the Kings, Chris, I wanted to run this by you. I saw this yesterday and wanted to confirm it. I heard a rumor about it from some people I know in the league, and then I went, is that really what that's going to happen? So let's just say the world, Chris, that the Kings ended up beating the Pelicans the other day, last week, Monday, then beat the Lakers, and then went to Vegas and beat the Pacers. In-season tournament champs. We would have been thrilled. We would have been happy. I don't know what would have happened back here. We kind of joke, would there be an in-season tournament parade? I don't think so. But celebration, that's a championship of a sort of winning this cup, getting medals. Would they put a banner up? Oh, Sacramento cute. I'm sure you'd put a banner up. Oh, Pacific Division banners. These guys are cute. Look at this. Well, the team that did win it was the Los Angeles Lakers. Most championships, along with Celtics, right, in NBA history. They wanted to win it. LeBron wanted. I'm not even making fun of that. I think good for you. You're competing. I love when people compete. But they're not gonna put a banner up. But they are gonna put an in-season tournament banner up. So when you've already won 17 championship banners, there just isn't much left room for anything extra. But they are going to put another banner up for this. And let me see what I can find out here. Yeah. So on December 18th, part of the celebration at the Lakers game, they're going to honor LeBron James, the tournament MVP, and Anthony Davis, chosen to the all-tournament team. But they're going to unveil a separate banner for the in-season tournament. This will be a different shape and color from any of the other banners. And they've also already announced, this is kind of the goal of the Lakers, but they're going to have one of these. So if they win next year or in 2031, if this is still going on, they'll just add the date of the year to that. So they'll have one existing in-season tournament championship banner, and if they win it multiple times, they'll just add dates to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's okay, right? Like the winningest team or the organization. So if they're doing it and the Kings did something like this, would people still make fun of Sacramento?
Yeah,
Probably.
but I mean, people are still making fun of the Lakers for it.
Okay.
It's one of those things of just like, oh, this is new, so you got to clown on it.
Yeah.
In 5 years, it's going to be like, oh, the Lakers got their second one.
Right. Add it onto the list of the resume. Yeah. The first one's cool. They got it. I hope this bill. I mean, I was cool with the in-season tournament cup. I think there's some tweaks, but keep it going.
I think the one I would really like, and I kind of heard someone saying this too, was, and you would need 2 more franchises to do it, to make it the group smaller. So you could have that home and away.
Right.
And then like you can have, I think you could have a quarterfinal and a semifinal if that were to work. Or if you could just take the top from each one.
Yeah.
And the other one I liked was Miles Turner saying that you shouldn't get like an extra win for winning it, and you shouldn't get an automatic play-in or like a draft pick, but you should get the automatic tiebreaker
in everything.
Yeah.
In anything. You just have a permanent tiebreaker on all potential tiebreakers.
Yeah.
So that could even be for a team that misses the playoffs and ties with another one where they do the coin flip. No, we have better lottery odds.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Also, I get the premise. Do you think it has to be East versus West? Like, what if that was Lakers-Kings final?
I think it does, just for the
travel logistics previously and all that,
or the schedule wise.
Yeah.
Because then it's just like, okay, if you're going to still have that wild card, what if like the Kings play the Celtics?
Yeah.
And then they end up making it through to where the Kings play the Celtics again.
Yeah. No,
and
that's
it's like, oh, are you going to play
in Boston and Sacramento? Yeah. Traveling across. I mean, but if you're also trying to make this different, like the finals are still East versus West. We've argued that before, like, oh, the 2 best teams this year are in the East, or the 2 best teams are in the West. And this feels like a final. The final will be anticlimactic. Now, it was still good. This was unique. I had no problem with it being Lakers Pacers, but I don't know. Just a thought if it has to be East versus West.
I would like to see it. I would just suggest the schedule.
Yeah. Some schedule
thinking.
tweaks. So
hey, if they pay me as much money as the people that come up with it, I'll come up with a better
you know what?
idea.
And I heard this. I'm going to speak for Chris. Now, I probably Chris said you'd also defer it. You defer those payments.
I would not.
Oh, then I heard incorrectly. Sorry, I do stand corrected. Chris.
Also, as long as I'm giving free ideas out, Kings, screw the button. Give us a lever for the beam.
Okay, but how does it sound?
And there's got to be like sparks going out.
Yeah, sparks. I do like the in-arena touch, though. The beam inside the arena is great. It goes
stays.
outside. Yeah, that part's good. Kings win last night, 131-118. So now they are technically at 21 games in, but at 20 is a good time to evaluate. And CBSSports.com, they did that. They kind of evaluated and gave a grade to every team. And I don't know. Look, maybe I would have been a generous grader and a generous teacher. I would have thought the Kings would be maybe B plus. I mean, yeah. Well, CBS Sports gave them a B minus, which again, it's not a terrible.
Okay, weirdo, party of one.
But even like reading their breakdown, I'm like, all right, these feel like a little bit more positive on some of the things. So here's their breakdown. B minus, record was 12-8 at the time. The basics: 12th in offense, 20th in defense, 19th in net rating. One notable stat: De'Aaron Fox is on pace to become just the 7th player in NBA history who is 6'3" or shorter to average 30 points per game. One reason for optimism: they've got some shooting regression coming. Keegan Murray making only 30% of his threes in particular is going to improve, which last night he went 4 for 4. One reason for pessimism: their offense, the most efficient in NBA history last season, is a bit less powerful in practice just given the offensive improvement around the league. Everybody else got better, so winning shootouts is a less reliable strategy than it was a year ago. But I think if you're watching the Kings, I don't think they're look, they are winning some shootouts, but I also think they're trying to win with a little more substance and more ways to beat you with an improved defense. It's not all the way there yet, but I think that's the theory here. All right, also, the numbers don't quite bear it out, but Sacramento's offense is much more dangerous this season. So now they just kind of question the offense. But here we go. Fox making his threes is a terrifying proposition to opposing defenses because it means they can no longer duck under screens against him. There's not a guard in the NBA that can beat him in a foot race to the rim, so that advantage was essential. Only Gilgeous-Alexander has an easier time getting to his spots now. Murray will start making his threes, and eventually Kevin Huerter it will start making his threes eventually. Kevin Huerter is already emerging from his own slump, but the defense is an even more dire situation now that Davion Mitchell is struggling to stay in the rotation. There might not be an above-average defender in the rotation, and Mike Brown's schematic excellence can only go so far. Reports have suggested the Kings will be active on the trade market. If there's a solution out there, they'll find it. That defensive comment, I get it on principle. Davion, just on the optics, is an elite defender, a great defender. Got to watch the Kings. Keegan Murray is so much better defensively.
I was just thinking the same thing.
And De'Aaron Fox. I mean, De'Aaron Fox defensively right now is lethal.
You say that when you're looking at like just stats.
Yeah, just stats. Last year, you see they gave up, last night 118 points. I mean, there's a couple sequences where Fox was so terrific defensively. Keegan's been good. Yeah, there's flaws still around the team. And again, this is not to paint this ultimately rosy picture, but a little surprised by that grade. It's not damaging. They give him a D or an F, but B- was still more positives in there in their overall analysis of Sacramento. Now, with that being said, tonight the Kings are right back in action against the Clippers, a team they lost to, and I didn't think played very well. And there might have been, and they admitted kind of an emotional letdown in that loss to the Clippers. That was the night after they played the Warriors and had the knocked them out, kind of advanced in the cup. And just thought the Kings, not going through the motions, that's not fair to say, but they had a Clipper team that was playing better. Didn't really feel like the Kings had a great chance to win that game. You had a big night from Fox, but Kawhi, if I remember right, I think made 13 of his last 14 shots, something just absurd. James Harden set an incredible tone. Zubats outplayed Sabonis. So all these guys are back in the mix. That put the Clippers at 8-9. They're now a couple of games above 500. So the Clippers are playing better. The Kings know that. They've had, for whatever reason, kind of a struggle against teams when they've played them multiple times this year. That was the opposite a year ago. So a trend they would like to change, a matchup that both teams are playing the second night of a back-to-back. The Blazers pushed the Clippers all the way to the end last night. And with 6 games in a row at home following tonight with some tough ones too, boy, this would be a great opportunity if they could get this one to even the regular season record with the Clippers. You look at what the Kings have done against the top of the Western Conference. Again, we reiterate that Minnesota, OKC, Dallas, and Denver are above the Kings. They've defeated them all. Right below the Kings, right behind them, are basically in a tie of the Lakers. They're 2-0 against them. Then you start to get teams below that. Kings got to start doing a better job against that next group of teams, which it's really close. And this thing is going to shuffle constantly in the Western Conference. So Kings and Clippers tonight. We'll talk more about that. Coming up, again, that game's 7:30. Just ban all 7:30 games. Not a fan of that when you got to turn around and be on the morning. But that game is a reality. That is tonight at 7:30 that you can hear right here on Sactown Sports. All right, break time for us. We'll come back. We'll talk more about that game and some other games to check out tonight around the NBA and still to get to crosstalk with Styles and Watkins. That's all straight ahead here on Sactown Sports.
Can Mike Brown build on last season's Coach of the Year award? Can the Kings exceed 48 wins?
We will be better prepared to make the run that we expect to run come next playoff.
Tune into every Kings game this season on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill is turning me into a pro. Napoleon Grills has features other grills can't can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just go to Napoleon.com for your nearby Napoleon Grills dealer. Napoleon Grills. Now is the time for the best selection of grills and fine accessories for the holidays.
As we come together to celebrate the end of this long, long year, Stockton Honda has savings to bring us all cheer. Happy Honda Day savings and selection galore. Stockton Honda's online express purchase and great people give you more.
Save on 400 new Hondas at Stockton Honda during Happy Honda Days. Shop in person or online with our express purchase option.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BC. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland, and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Runs into a double team, forced to give it up. Swings to the corner. Keegan Murray sets a franchise record as he knocks down the 24th three-pointer of the night. Keegan Murray, his fourth triple in 4 attempts, has 22 points. A season-high 36 assists now for Sacramento.
Yeah, Kings would bump up that franchise record to 25 made threes and a season-high 38 assists. They defeated the Nets 131-118. More reaction to that coming up in a moment. A couple of notes here from the NFL before we get on to more NBA and what to watch tonight. Chris, you and I were seeing a replay of some of the footage of last night's Monday Night Football game. There were 2 of them, but the Packers and the Giants and Tommy DeVito's family. Like, I mean, there are stereotypes, but
good about it.
Did they just...
They are leaning in horde.
All of it, right? And I don't know who that was in the fedora.
Oh, I think that was his agent.
Was it his agent official? I didn't know if people were spoofing that or if that was a family member, but the agent was leaning in. The family was leaning in. And, look, the Giants are having a brutal season, but they look like they're living their best life. So that was kind of fun images from last night. Some other news from the NFL breaking this morning. Justin Herbert looks like he is going to have surgery on that finger. He is now reportedly out for the remainder of the season. He might make it through the rest of the year as far as head coach Brandon Staley, but I don't think he'll be the coach of the Chargers next year, and another disappointing year at 5-8. Just some brutal losses lately for the Chargers and brutal performances. Their last 3 weeks, they scored 10 points to the Ravens, 6 in a win against the Patriots, and 7 this last week at home to the Broncos. 5-7. They're always a team that seemingly has so much talent, but underachieves are the Chargers. So, or 5-8, excuse me, after the loss this last week. Also, reports now are saying that, NBC, when the playoffs come around, just more entities have playoff games. Looks like Al Michaels is not going to be broadcasting any of the NFL playoff games this year. He's kind of a voice synonymous with the NFL, with sports history. Last year, called the game with Jacksonville and the Chargers in the postseason. Kind of was critiqued for that, but still surprising. I think he's 78, 79, 80, somewhere around there. But no Al Michaels this year. Interesting.
Shawn Salsbury
is his agent?
Yes.
And that's who it was confirmed that's his agent?
Correct.
Shawn Salsbury.
Yes.
From the Stellato family.
Gabagool.
Yeah. Well, they're all in. I mean, it fits that he's in New York, right? Like, Tommy DeVito's not the quarterback of Jacksonville, the Houston Texans, the backup and now starter for the Buccaneers.
Where else could it work besides New York?
That's where he is. That works. Got another spot? Yeah. Vegas?
Yeah, Vegas.
Vegas.
Kansas City.
Feels like a little stretch, but
yeah, that's where you never saw the movie Casino then, obviously.
Oh, you're right. Forgot about that. All right. But they're working it. They're making it all in there for sure. All right, let's go back to the NBA and back to the Kings. So as we mentioned, they are in action tonight, coming off the win last night. Let's hear from Coach Mike Brown, thrilled about the performance and really the sacrifices this team is making.
It's huge. And, that's why, our slogan is all in. We have it up on the wall. Everybody signed it. Sometimes you may play 5 minutes one night. Sometimes you may play 25 minutes. Sometimes you may play 35 minutes. And as long as we're trying to do it the right way and together, especially if we get the win, you like to have guys that are upset because you should want to play. You should want more shots. But at the end of the day, your teammates got opportunities and everybody stepped up and took advantage of whatever opportunity was given to them. And so you feel good about it. And that's what makes our group special.
And I think by having the depth that they have, winning is the most important thing to kind of that formula, all in. You need everybody. And that's from guys that do play, the guys that don't play, the guys that help out in practice, the guys that help out off the bench, on the bench during games. This really is a team process. Look, Fox is going to get the most attention, followed by Sabonis and so on and so forth. But you need Kessler Edwards. You need Chris Duarte. And I think, by the way, Coach Brown does this where, look, we had games where Duarte was starting for this team. We had games where you'd see Kessler Edwards far more in the rotation. Now we're in a spot where Keon Ellis is pretty significant in the rotation. Davion Mitchell is not. Doesn't mean that's the way the whole season will go. There's just different stretches, different pockets of the season that when you have a roster where you can play 10 to 12 guys, players 9 through 12, it's not even saying be ready. It's just when your opportunity comes, whether that's injury, illness, a hunch, hey, the game's going terrible. Look at the game that kind of started this for Keon Ellis. The Kings were awful in Houston. And coach's like, yeah, this game's over, but I'm going to, fourth quarter, just play the back end of the bench. And I remember a coach saying that, well, the one guy who played the right way was Keon Ellis. I'm like, all right, well, he did, but that's tough to evaluate. It's the fourth quarter. The game was over. Houston had the end of their bench in it. Well, coach stayed to his word. He's like, I'm going to play Keon Ellis a little bit more. And then there was an injury or two. He started a game, got in there, and then he made the most of his opportunity. Now, right now, he's kind of in the mix. Will that stay that way? I don't know. I hope it does for him. But that doesn't mean it has to be at the expense of Davion, or maybe it is at the expense of Davion. And I think there's a core group that's always going to play. And I think we look at the starters, for example, last night. Of the starters, the only starter not in double figures was Kevin Huerter. Part of the reason for that, he was in foul trouble. Didn't really make his shots, but didn't take that many. He was 2 of 6. That's not hideous. But the coach also isn't just going to completely wait to see if he figures it out, because he has options. And his options last night, he went to Malik Monk, who gave him great results. But if Malik Monk doesn't have it, maybe it's Keon Ellis, maybe it's Chris Duarte, maybe it's Sasha Vezenkov. And I think that's the point of the way this team is constructed. Could be Colby Jones. Remember, Colby Jones was playing a little bit more earlier in the season. So if you're those other players, or, when people have been complaining recently, they need to upgrade from Barnes, that still may be factually true. But while he's here, I think coach has figured out, look, if Barnes has it, I'm going to keep playing him. If he's kind of off or not giving enough production, he's going to play someone else. Pretty much the non-negotiables are Fox and Sabonis. Everyone else, he's like Keegan doesn't always finish games, doesn't always play 35 minutes. If he's playing like he did last night, he's going to stay in the game. So I think that's a smart way to do it. He can do it because of what he gets from his top two players consistently. And then the fact that they get enough from some combination of the next three players, so the next 5 players, the next 7 players. Generally, they get that production. And then when you have a night where you break a record, coach notices.
38 assists, that speaks volumes of how connected the group is and how the group is trying to play the right way. So, heck of a job. That might even be a franchise record. Franchise record made threes, 25 of them. I mean, again, we're a team that can shoot the basketball, and it was evident tonight. And again, with the way that we play together and how connected we are, and trying to find the best look, it makes the game fun for everybody because everybody gets a chance to touch it when they're open.
Yeah, and their three-point shooting can be a weapon. Here's one more thought on coach on that three-point shooting.
That is huge. We talked about that to our group a couple of days ago. We're generating more corner threes this year than we did last year, I think. But they just hadn't gone in. Not only that, I think we were 30th on catch and shoot threes, and we told our team that 2 days ago too. And we know we're way better than that, And so to see us get more corner threes, but yet and still to knock them down was very gratifying because our team, I'm telling you, these guys can flat out shoot, and they're going to share the ball. And it's a backbreaker when you can hit a three, especially quick in the shot clock. So it felt really good to see that three ball, especially from the corner, go in.
Yeah, I think they're going to break this record maybe within a month, 2 months. I mean, again, 25 threes is a lot. It really is. But I think they can do it. I know they're capable of it. And you go down the line, 1 made for Sabonis, 1 made for Keon Ellis, and then it's just the volume here. Herter 2, 3 for Barnes, 4 made by Murray, 4 made by Monk, 5 by Trey Lyles, 5 by De'Aaron Fox. And the fact that Fox is now hitting him more consistently makes this team really, really lethal. So Kings got it done, 13-8 now, beating the Brooklyn Nets. Couple of things that to watch for tonight, obviously, Kings and Clippers. Right here on Sactown Sports. Game night gets you started at 6, pregame at 7, tip-off at 7:30. Other NBA games to check out. How about the Cavs at the Celtics? That's a good one in the East. Lakers are in Dallas against the Mavericks, and the Warriors at the Suns of note. Some of the games of note tonight. But the main headliner is Kings and Clippers. All right, when we come back, Crosstalk. We'll close out the show. Celebrity birthday, Styles and Watkins in. We've got that next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Hold on to your Santa hats because Elk Grove Kia is turning up the holiday heat with deals that'll leave you saying no money down. This Christmas, keep your wallet at home because Elk Grove Kia is making your dreams come true with 0 down payment. That's right, absolutely nothing out of your pocket to drive home in a brand new Kia today. Or if you're ready to slay the season in style, picture this: the award-winning 2024 Kia Telluride S all-wheel drive, the hottest sled in town, for just $439 per month plus tax. You heard it right, only $439. So whether it's the sleek 2024 Kia Telluride or the no money down offer, Elk Grove Kia says zero hassles and zero worries. ElkGroveKia.com. Qualified applicants, 0 down example spot number GK9133, 48 monthly, 0 down model number C3422, on the right, 4 monthly, 439 plus tax, 495 website, 0 security, plus precision, 43,352, and the appearance of GK9133 expires.
Elk Grove Kia.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Now listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and myself the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Get your vehicle ready for the holiday driving season at Jiffy Lube today. Oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. For more information, go to jiffylube.com.
Sactown Sports is home to the Kings, Niners, and now the business of sports. Hosted by Kelly Brothers and brought to you by Cap Trust, offering customized, independent financial advice at captrust.com. Join Kelly Brothers, Carmichael, Dave, and Jason as they look at the business of sports every Thursday at 7:40 a.m. You want to know how sports really work? Follow the money with Kelly Brothers from Cap Trust on Sactown Sports.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, it's Juice and Mo. Make this Christmas unforgettable by shopping at our friends Sharif Jewelers.
Do you even remember what you thought last Christmas?
No.
Well, you got to make this one memorable.
Okay.
Make sure to go into Sharif Jewelers. You can get diamond studs, tennis bracelets. There's so many classic, timeless pieces that can be worn every single day, available in both lab-grown and natural mined.
In so many different price points. So don't go anywhere else this holiday season. Support a local, family-owned business rooted in Sacramento for 30 years. Sharif Jewelers.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline, Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Dave battled. He made it about 2.5 hours of the show. The voice just quit on him.
How bad was it?
I
was hoping for some Doc Rivers.
No, it wasn't hoarse. It was just he was very quiet. He just really couldn't push it.
Hey, E for effort.
E for effort. Yeah. E for effort is right. You have a
More than
baseball
fail.
team?
Yeah. It just makes me feel comfortable.
Okay. Yeah.
I left it I don't here, have
any
and
toys
then
like
I left it here to add to our collection, and then it was in my backpack, so I guess I subconsciously took it back home.
Yeah. And Chris, you made it back?
Yes, I barely made it back.
I don't want to steal all the show, the stories for the show.
Yeah.
But, we talked about you yesterday having an experience.
It was an experience for sure. Yeah, it was definitely
worth it.
Financially, not even close.
How was the stadium? Let's talk about the stadium.
It's beautiful, beautiful stadium. I would say top notch. I really haven't been to too many football stadiums, but I mean, it was a really, really nice venue for sure. I don't know if I posted a couple videos on my Instagram and stuff, but it was
a game.
It was definitely some things happening or not a lot of things happening, but it was about 80. It felt like 75-80% Vikings fans. Bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how those guys I don't know if they have any home. I mean, I'm assuming it's the same thing with SoFi, but I can't imagine there's any home field advantage there.
So
when
was
they
there,
played the Chargers,
right? That's probably it.
That's
Right?
the best home crowd they get on the road.
Yeah.
Was there any momentum plays that like noise was heard from each side?
There was, I mean, I looked it up, and even going into the fourth quarter, I mean, obviously it was 0-0, but there was 4 first downs. Or 4, I'm sorry, not 4 first downs. 4 times the teams passed the 50-yard line heading into that fourth quarter. There was like a Josh Jacobs run. Honestly, the biggest pop was probably for Justin Jefferson's catch that got him hurt. Yeah.
That was
not a great game. Not a great game.
I went to Raiders Eagles back in, what was that, 2021, and my buddy, kind of how he described the stadium was, it's beautiful, but it has no soul.
Yeah.
And that one kind of stuck with me because it is beautiful, but it does not. It feels like it feels like you're playing at a neutral site.
Yeah,
totally.
Right?
And isn't there? I thought, well, there might be some, but isn't there a limited tailgate because you just really can't get in?
It was, yeah. I mean, they had like an official like Raiders tailgate that was, they had red zone set up and they had bars and football and just throwing the ball around, but it wasn't anything special.
Well, I don't know who. Well, I know you had the full crew, Chris, because it was just me and a buddy who went to that game. It was my bachelor party, but only we went because it was like the last day. A little too long in Vegas.
Yeah.
Two nights is enough.
Yeah.
It's
It's
enough.
the right amount.
But what we did was technically, I mean, there's probably a term for this walk, but we walked from the Strip to Allegiant.
Oh, yeah.
And you can do, it's not that far.
But it's a walk.
It's not, I can't do it now with my Achilles. I can't do that.
Where on the Strip?
We were at the Flamingo.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But like, there was just a lot of
MGM's not that bad.
Yeah, no, I stayed at Tropicana, so it was.
That's
by the way,
walk.
Tropicana.
Yeah, but I don't think we started.
It's the only
there.
good thing about
I don't
the
think we
A's.
started from the Flamingo, if my memory.
Okay.
Easy, Chris.
But we just, you walk with the crew, and but there's no. I don't know how many people did there's no old school tailgating.
No, there's very, very minimal. Like there's like a small parking lot that's in front of, like directly in front of the stadium, but besides that, I mean, it's not great. It's not. Yeah, it's definitely lacking that for sure. I think the no soul thing definitely hits because there's just wasn't. It didn't feel. I mean, going to the Coliseum, like
there's a
felt like
personality
felt like there was. Like that was a good home for the Raiders. I don't know. I mean, just especially the fans too played a part in that as well. But yeah, just didn't really feel anything specific or special to the Raiders. The stadium itself had some reference to it, but not really the vibe.
And Raider fans are. This has to stop. Davis has to do something. What can you do?
This is what you do. He took the money, got a brand new stadium, and to me, it's going to take generations of people living in Vegas that became Raider fans that went to games, but we're talking years of building that before.
I don't even know if that'll ever happen.
It may not,
because I just truly think. I mean, there were so many people from Minnesota there. Like they flew because it's an excuse. Right? Like if you're in Minnesota, it's not even here. It's an hour 10 flight for us. But so I've probably been to Vegas 8 times in my 7 years of being over 21, and people from Minnesota, they probably go maybe 2, maybe 3 times in their life.
Yeah, and you almost wonder, maybe every team has to cycle through and have played Vegas once. Well, but
you miss it the first time,
right? May not be for 8 more years, and there's like, I'll go back and do that again.
The question becomes, I think it'll change, but I don't know by how much. If the Raiders have the Niners record right now and they're 9-3 or something, is it any different? Maybe, but I don't know how much.
Yeah,
it'll definitely be different. Maybe it'll be like 60-40 or 70-30.
But you're still gonna have opposing fans.
Yeah, because then they want to go because it's good. But
because you're not getting Raider fans. Like you're not getting Raider fans from Sacramento the same level of excitement as.
But I would imagine the tickets were maybe a smidge cheaper right now.
Yeah,
if the Raiders are better, maybe
they would have to make the playoffs. It would have to be a home playoff game.
Yeah,
for them to have home field advantage.
That would be brutal too. That's a playoff game where you're dominated by fans. What's coming up on the show today?
Lots of that, I assume,
stories.
Probably. I mean, story time for sure. We're having Chris Biederman on at 11, talk some Niners. I've got a lot of thoughts after that trip. I had a lot of thoughts about the football game experience, and
I did all my talking yesterday.
Yeah,
you know how
I feel bad for this guy.
So Chris is riding. I'm just riding Chris's wave.
Yeah.
You got a Kings win to talk about.
Kings win
and game tonight.
Well, Kings game tonight, and last time the Clippers got the Kings after that emotional victory.
Yeah.
This time they're both coming off a game last night, so they're both off a back-to-back. So will the Kings be able to get it done?
Yeah.
Random game in LA, then they come back for a bunch of
then
games.
6 more at home before Christmas.
Yeah.
So. Today, what national day is it today? I saw this one and had to get your guys' thoughts. National Dingling Day.
Excuse me?
Exactly.
Are you allowed to say that?
Well, here's what it is.
Kicked me right in the dingle.
Dinglings on this day. Call the people they haven't heard from in a while. It may be an old classmate, coworker, or a neighbor from years ago, or perhaps a call will go out to a child who used to mow the grass during the summer. You know this name, you can't remember, someone you carpooled with. Anyway, someone from the past.
Okay.
You're supposed to call today.
I'll send out some DMs on Facebook.
It's a different version, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Time for celebrity birthdays, brought to you by our friends at Crumble Cookies. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies. Happy birthday on this December 12th, guys, to, let's go with Jennifer
Aniston.
Gardner.
Lawrence.
Jennifer Connelly from Maverick. Co-star in that.
Maverick. Unfamiliar.
Chris, you're going to have to start.
Maverick, the movie?
Verlon.
The movie? Is this a movie Chris Verlon hasn't seen?
I've seen
Top
Maverick.
Gun?
Oh, that
Top
one?
Gun Maverick.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen that.
I didn't.
You haven't seen that?
Gun.
Huh?
You didn't see that? You didn't watch Top Gun Maverick?
I really didn't want to see a 2-hour commercial for the military. Anyways.
Okay. Anyway, how old is Jennifer Connelly today? She's been an actress.
Chris?
She is 47.
Good one. 44.
50.
You win, 53.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday, Regina Hall.
Oh, I actually saw this.
You did?
I can't remember which one. Actually, I do.
You do know? So you want to recuse yourself? Yeah. Okay. How old is Regina Hall?
40. Yeah, we'll say 48.
49.
53.
I actually would have got that wrong. I just saw 5 and thought it was 50.
That's why you said 53 for Jennifer.
All right. Today, I will see your memories because this was earlier this year. How old would he have made today? We lost him this year, but Bob Barker.
Oh.
How old is Bob Barker going to turn today? We lost him just a few months ago.
92.
86.
97.
100.
What?
Would have been 100 today.
He would have been on the Today Show today.
Yeah, he was 99 when he passed a few months ago.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Wow. Shout out Bob Barker.
Happy birthday. Oh, here we go. Former Viking legend, Hall of Famer John Randall.
Oh. Saw a couple John Randall jerseys.
Okay.
Love John Randall.
Let's see. Let's say John Randall is, say, 60 years old.
60 years old.
No. But he's more like 63.
He's more like 63.
62.
You guys all aged him a bit. He's 56.
Ah, that's right.
56 for John. That's where you're going. But I went 63 instead. Happy birthday to another John.
Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Madden.
McEnroe.
Madden. Former King, John
Barry.
Salmons. John Salmons. How old is John Salmons?
How many times was John Salmon the king?
A 2-time king.
2-time?
Yeah, 2-time king. And now he goes about
prestigious group.
59.
I'll say John Salmons is 38.
Wow, we have a 21-year age gap. 38 and 59. Chris?
42.
It's probably
Chris Verlaud for the win.
correct.
44. John Salmons.
I got second.
Let's see. Happy birthday. We'll close out with Dionne Warwick, singing legend.
I'm sorry?
Dionne Warwick. No? Don't know Dionne Warwick? You know Dionne Warwick?
Yeah, 65.
76.
Do you know Dionne Warwick?
76.
Chris, just about an age. We're awful today on this.
50. Wow. I have no idea.
83.
Oh.
All right.
That's pretty close.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
Alan was second, though.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now you're good.
All right, Styles and Watkins, they're coming your way next.
Can the Niners build off their NFC Championship appearance from last season? How will the quarterbacks perform throughout the year?
Birdie back, now going to throw for the end zone, wide open.